Good afternoon and welcome to Valley of the Whispering Titans. I think we're on to about part 6, would I be right in saying that? I think I might be. Okay, I've just been informed that one of the players isn't actually in the game. They're in the conversation, but not the game. But never mind. He'll be with us momentarily. So, welcome to the Valley of the Whispering Titans by Jesse Decker. This is taken from the Fantasy Age Layers book by Green Ronin Publishing. The adventure system, the rules system we'll be using is Fantasy Age, also by Green Ronin Publishing. I'll be your games master. I'm Brian F. Irving from DH9 Radio and Get 70 Games. Did I say Green Ronin Publishing or Get 70 Games Publishing just then?
You said Green Ronin.
Green Ronin, that's okay, good. Okay, so music you'll be hearing today is Tabletop Audio and Nox Arcana. And if you enjoy what you see, you can pick up Fantasy Age and indeed the Layers book that this is taken from Green Ronin's website. Just give them a bit of a Google, you'll find them pretty quickly. If you are going to be a player in the adventure, and you've decided to watch this in the hopes of getting a few spoilers, bear in mind I've heavily modified it for precisely that purpose. Okay, our cast today are Patrick Heaviside as Curge Razorclaw, Louise Morris as Nicholas Marty,
Hi.
Sean McGuile as Alderon Talaran.
Greetings.
The cast will be playing Tamara Greyhawk, excuse me,
No.
and I'll be Games Master, as I mentioned, Brian F. Irving. Where we left it last week, the party were up to their eyeballs in baddies as they had made their way to one of the giant skulls within the Valley of the Whispering Titans. Having fought to regain control of some of the other skulls from the mysterious Valley Master, they've reached this particular skull and are now in a battle with, they assume, the Master, who appears to be Curge Razorclaw's old friend, who they'd been looking for in the first place. In addition to him, he might not be the Master, the green ghostly thing might be the Master, but it's one of the two, certainly. And the other one is enslaved by... You don't know which one's enslaved by which. And you're also fighting the... I've just realised that blind's not going to work. It can't be the Valley Master because he came after the Valley Master had already established, didn't he? Never mind. Okay, so you're in a battle for your lives with the forces of the Valley itself. And so far you've brought down 2 of the direwolves. You have several people trapped inside... several of your own number, trapped inside the vines that were summoned by your old friend, who seems to be firmly in the grasp of the Valley Master at the moment. I'll just bring up the...
I'm firmly in a tree where that loaded on me.
Right, okay. I'm going to zoom in to find out what's going on there.
It's okay, sorted now.
Sorted now? Okay. How weird. Okay, Tamara's got her ninja mask icon on, so I assume she's still wearing the helmet of invisibility. Marty is definitely not currently in a tree. Curge is in tiger form and is ensnared by the vines that have been summoned. And it is our... excuse me, it's our next combat round, so it would be Curge Razorclaw to go.
No, it wouldn't.
It wouldn't? He's the highest on the initiative.
What's the problem here?
I've no idea, why don't you just tell me?
Where am I in the initiative order?
Well, you must be under here. Oh, wait a minute. You don't appear to be on the initiative order.
I will take this moment to remind Louise, healing, please.
Yes, I remembered that bit. That bit is the one I remembered.
Ah, your Yes, your model's there. Okay, do you remember what your initiative was? And does anybody have any idea why he's no longer in the turn order?
Possibly because you may have taken something off and accidentally taken me out. But I was
Possibly.
definitely first in the turn order.
Yeah, I think you were about 20 or 21, weren't you?
It might have been 21.
21
But-
sounds familiar, so let's put that in.
Yeah, okay.
And we'll
I
read
don't
all
think
this.
it actually matters as long as it's 16 or plus. It depends if anything else comes in.
Yeah.
Or if anything that's already there somehow gets a boost.
Yeah, we discussed that rule though.
There's two different types of boost you can get, though. One takes you automatically to the top, regardless of what the top is, and can only be topped out if somebody uses the same
Else, yeah.
stunt.
Uh,
But there
take
is
the
another
initiative.
one that gives you like plus something
Not in-
initiative.
Not in fantasy.
Not in the stunts, but there are other powers that do it.
Right, okay.
Okay, so round whatever we're on, and it's Alder and Talaran to go. What would you like to do?
Right, so if I step over here.
Yep.
Can I shoot at this guy?
Sorry, I'm maybe zoned in a little bit too closely. I couldn't see what you pinged. Could you ping it again?
The druid.
The druid. Right, I believe you probably can. Let me just have a look. You can certainly see him, and from where you've moved, the tree man's a little bit in the way, but I'm only going to make that a 1 point cover, so you're at minus
It's like
1 to hit.
through the gap between them, sort of thing. But
Yeah.
yeah, it does intersect them.
Yeah, so I'll say you've got 1 point of cover, so you're 1 point less likely to hit than you would have been. But
Yeah.
do feel free to go ahead and have a go. I suspect 1 point's not going to stop you.
Where's my character sheet?
I mean, it has
Character
been
sheet.
known for you to miss, but not very often.
Yeah, that's true. Right. And what's his dex? Is his dex less than 5?
Yes, it will be less than 5. I'll bring him up to double check, but I'm 100% positive that his
Boom.
18 is a hit.
Speaking of 5, I can see a 5 on him. Am I supposed to be able to see that?
It is supposed to be there. Whether or not you can see it doesn't hugely matter.
Okay.
I take it it's 5 rounds of something.
That's correct. Yes, it's there as a piece of information for me, so I don't forget. It doesn't matter if you can see it, as long as you don't know
Okay.
what it relates to. 14
Right, so-
damage. Okay, so that's a decent thump. You have hit him for 14 damage. He reels backwards under the force of the blow. I will just. There we go. Although he doesn't seem as badly wounded by that as you might have hoped. You were kind of hoping he would be a fragile druid. He's taken that shot in the arm. He kind of breaks the arrow off and snarls angrily. But he was sort of spun a quarter turn around by the impact, and you can see bleeding. Although you're a little bit worried that the blood actually seems more like sap than blood. That
Okay.
was both
Maple
your
syrup
major.
pancakes.
Sorry, say that again, Louise.
Said we can make them into maple syrup pancakes. Oh,
Okay, now it's Courage to go, and I'm going to zoom in a bit closer on the hand-to-hand fight in the top quadrant. Right.
Can Kurge see the druid?
From where you are, I would be surprised if you can't, but I will just do a
Mm-hmm.
vision thing, and Sister's Mercy reference.
Looks like you can.
one million
Yes, you can.
points for lighting.
Yes.
Okay, so am I familiar with any spell that would give like a bark skin, which would result in a sap-like blood?
Make an arcane lore roll. Okay, you're not familiar with any such spell that would create that sap-like effect of the blood. You suspect that's got something to do with the corruption of the
Right.
valley.
Okay, I'd like to get out of these vines, these tangling roots.
Of course, yes. So I will just bring up the thing. I seem to recall it was a strength test versus his spell power, wasn't it? So strength and might versus his spell power. Let me just check what his spell power for that particular spell will be, or for that particular arcanum. So, okay, that's quite a high target number. However, you are
Okay.
currently a tiger and you'll be using its strength might, so
Yep.
it's doable.
Okay.
Go ahead and make a roll, see if you can break free.
Yeah, so I haven't got might, but I do have strength 4.
Right, okay, that's
Oh,
not very
dear.
good. Yeah, that's not good.
That's not good.
2 1s there, I'm afraid.
Yep.
Okay, so as you snarl and try to break free, as you can see these big tree people coming towards you, you try to get rid of break out of the vines, snarling at these creatures, snapping. The vines just getting tighter and tighter as more vines wrap around you to try and hold you. You can see some of them are straining, but there's just too many of them, and you just can't break them at the moment. You reposition yourself ready to have another go next round. But for the time being, that's your major action. Do you have a minor action you can try?
In tiger form, I'm not so sure. Does Quoth go on the same turn as me, or is he separate?
I don't think we rolled them separately this time, so I think we're having them go same time as you.
Right. Okay, and he's currently on 9 out of 15 health.
Yes, so he's probably not going to be able to take another solid hit by one of these tree creatures.
Right. Well, the fact that you specified tree creature there does kind of reinforce my plan a little bit. That druid has just seen Quoth turn from a tiger into a raven.
He has, yes, that's right.
So I'm going to hope that he thinks that's actually another druid.
Ah, okay, yes. I can
And
see why you would think it actually, because all the clues seem to point that way. Yeah. Okay.
he hasn't seen, the fact that Quoth is just a raven full time.
No.
He's only seen sort of one animal form go to another, one of which is a tiger.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
when Quoth comes flying towards him in a form that is just easier to get out of vines, and quicker to get to towards his target, he's going to think that's a major threat.
And kill Quoth. Yes, that doesn't sound like the best plan so far, but go ahead. I'm sure I'm missing some nuance here.
Well, it was a matter of flying him in to distract. Because
Got you.
there's quite a lot of headroom, pardon the pun.
Yes, okay, yeah.
Called Max.
Yeah.
Oh no!
So
What Cedric
if he goes into to cause a distraction, flying up into the effective rafters of this skull, then we're going to have split attention away from the rest of the party.
Indeed, that should possibly work. Do you want to give it a try?
Okay.
You just move Quoth as appropriate. Remember,
Quoth
for
is-
a single move, for a minor action move, he can move his speed. For a major action move, he could actually dash or move double.
Well, he's flying, so let's see. Speed of 18.
Yeah. Just pan right out so we see what Quoth is going to do and where Quoth is going to go. Get
Right,
all the
well-
way over there in a single move. In a
Yep.
single minor action, actually.
So he's flying in and up
Okay.
as high as he possibly can, looking for some sort of vantage point, making a lot of threatening noise.
Right, okay, so Quoth goes hurtling in the air as your air asset, cawing and flapping his wings as as much as possible to try and intimidate this druid. He's coming straight for his face and then upwards. He kind of loop the loops to trick the guy in the hopes that if he does fire, he'll assume that Quoth was going to continue his forward momentum instead of just suddenly zipping upwards right into the top of the skull. Quoth is currently, let me just have a look at the height of the skull. I'm going to have to do a little bit of maths in my head here because I know the proportions of a skull height to width ratio, so I'm just going to have to check its width. So, oops, that doesn't seem to be the right button. Okay, so it's 20 meters across. Let me just do that in my head. It's just from the upper mandible, isn't it? So that's 14 meters, I think. If my maths is right, that's about 14 meters up he is. So he's still within blast radius of a lot of spells, but he's certainly outside of hand-to-hand combat range. Okay, that's Courage and Quoth done. So, up next is the evidently quite dead Hellbow. So I think we can safely remove that from the turn order.
Oh,
and it's... Sorry, go ahead.
I'll very quickly take a minor action with Courage. He's going to roar at Quoth as though giving him instructions.
Good idea, just to further the illusion sort of thing. Okay. Deception, that's a better term, yeah. Okay, good. So up next we have Tamara Greyhawk.
I think what have happened was when you removed the boar last time you tried.
I removed you instead of the boar. Yes,
Yeah.
that'll have been it.
Not that I'm uninteresting.
Not that kind of boar. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Tamara Greyhawk. Who was running her last week?
I ran over the last 2 weeks, but I'm feeling really low spoons this week. So if someone else could this week, that would
Okay,
be great.
Sean, do you want to handle her since Patrick's already got Quoth and himself to handle? Do you
Okay,
wanna overburden two,
just bear with
people
me.
too
I'll
much?
just get a character sheet up for her. Let's have a look in here. Gods. Ooh, that's quite good. Right, so she's currently still invisible.
She is.
Yes.
All right, so would she have to make a sneak roll to get past the trees?
She would need to make a sneak roll, but they couldn't use seeing to detect her. They'd have to use hearing instead, which they're much less likely to have. Also, she would still get a bonus for being invisible.
Okay. Let me just check something. Because I've just need to read this
Okay.
again.
The other thing we seem to be missing is one of the trees, actually. There's only seems to be one of the two tree men on here.
We killed the other one last week.
Oh, you did you? Aye.
I can see two tree men.
Yes,
No, he means on the initiative list.
on the initiative list. There's
Oh,
only
sorry.
one shown on the initiative.
It's the one on the left is on there.
That's right, and the one on the right that's been here longer, for some reason isn't on there, so I am going to pop it in now. The number 11 seems to stick in my mind for some reason,
Yeah.
so I'm going to give it an 11 initiative and pan that up. So it'll go after Tamara and before the other tree man.
Right. Last week was she? Did she pick the bow up?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
She would have put the right. So it'd be a minor action to swap weapons again. No, she's just going to shoot at the tree.
Right, go for it.
That's. I think she can see whatever the one which is closest
Yeah, she can. Yeah.
on there. And because she has, oh, that's my my character sheet. I don't want that one. That would be funny. Right, okay.
Okay.
Bow is... that 100 stars.
Oh, very good hit.
Just not going to aim. Let's submit.
That's a hit, but only just.
I can't see that.
Okay, that came up.
Oh no, I can. Yeah,
It
it's
just
there.
took a while. Yeah, it came up as a 9, so that's a hit, but only just.
Right, okay. Let me just check something else on powers, just to make sure that I've got the skill correct.
I'm just checking the rule book at the same time because I've got these set to have a no armor, and that doesn't seem right to me.
They have the same stats as ogres.
They used to have originally, but this version of the spell creates them as killer trees instead, which obviously when that spell was first written didn't exist. Because the killer trees are from an expansion book. So that does make them slightly different. It actually gives them slightly more health and changes the powers. It means that they do slightly less damage as well. So it's kind of swings and roundabouts.
Okay.
So that's the damage. Ooh,
Crikey.
maximum.
Right, yes, that's quite a lot of damage. So let me just double check this thing about the armor, because that really doesn't seem right to me. And it's not. This should have armor. It's not much, but it's some. Okay, so it does punch through the bark quite easily, dealing it 10 points of damage past its armor. So yeah, that arrow must have sunk in quite a long way to do that much damage.
Yeah,
Nonetheless, the tree creature proceeds as if it hadn't noticed, although it's quite obviously damaged. There's a lot of sap sort of globbing out from the wound.
Yeah, the thing is, it does +1 damage within a 6-yard range, so I've added that into there.
Right, yeah.
So it rolled a 6 and added 6.
Yes.
It's quite handy.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. That's a decent hit against this thing. So, considering where it started, that's a fairly significant amount of damage. I'll just type the stats in for the other one because it doesn't seem to have its stats in at the moment. And there we go. Okay, so that was her major action. She swapped weapons. That was her minor action.
No, she already had the bow in her hand.
Okay, so does she have a minor action she would like to use?
I don't know, just stand firm, I suppose.
Oh,
No, it's reload. She's going to reload.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so
me.
big tree creature-y thing. Let us make a perception roll to see if it can spot her. If it well, it won't spot her, but it'll kind of work out. The arrow came from there. The attacker must be nearby. Let's make a perception roll to find out. If it succeeds and attempts to attack that area, obviously Tamara gets a bonus to avoid being hit. Nah, it's no idea where that arrow came from. It's like, "Urgh," glancing round confused. What it'll do instead then, since it can attack up to where Kurge is standing, it will attack up to where Kurge is standing, but not until it's moved out of the other tree man's way, because it's been kind of blocking him for most of the round. Actually, once it gets there, it can hit either Kurge or Nicholas Mari. Think it's probably going to hit the tiger it can see is trying to get out of the trap, in order to, it hopes, put that threat down before it successfully escapes. It's got enough self-awareness to understand that tiger's dangerous. So, rolling to hit. 14, is that a hit on Kurge?
No, his defense in tiger form is 15.
Nice one. So as this tree goes woof with one huge branch, Kurge sees it coming, his tigery eyes widen, and he just kind of drops flat, and this fist goes straight across the top of him, missing him completely. The other tree creature can now try and shuffle its way out of there. So this round it's going to move over here and just trying to decide whether it's going to attack Alderan or Kurge. It pretty much thinks Kurge is handled because Kurge is pinned and being attacked by another, albeit incapable of hitting him, tree. So this one's going to attempt to hit Alderon instead, unaware at the moment that he's an even harder target to hit. So let's have a go. 11, that's a miss. Not even going to ask you. I know that's a miss. So it goes woof with another branch, and Alderon just kind of leans back slightly and very dismissively, and as the branch just passes in front of him, just one leaf slightly tickling his nose on the way past. And it is the druid next, so let's see what form of horrible death the druid has planned for your raven friend. And will probably fail to achieve. First thing I need to do is see how badly injured he is. See if he needs to do anything about it. Not really, no. Okay, so we'll probably just go with an arcane blast because everything else seems as if it's less likely to hit a flying bird. Yes, arcane blast it's going to be.
Does he know?
Does he know what? Oh, that it's just a bird. No, he doesn't.
No, the bird is the word.
Oh, dear. So, if he realised it was just a genuine raven, he'd ignore it and concentrate on the more significant threats. 13, is that a hit against Quoth? I'm suspecting not.
Right. Defensive 14.
So he blasts off an arcane blast from the tip of his staff, and Quoth just loops the loop round it, cawing, and what you can't help feeling is a slightly smug manner. That was his major action. He doesn't have anything I can think of for a minor action. So Nicholas Marty to go. What would you like to do, Louise?
I would like to try a thing, if
Okay.
it's possible.
Of course.
So, Kurge is in these vines. I don't want to step into these vines. I do want to heal Kurge.
Right.
I have my water whip active. If I was to cast Healing Waters, could I theoretically whip Kurge better?
I am going to allow that, yeah.
Yes!
I feel this says a lot.
We're all Devo.
With it.
Please tell me that passed.
Yeah, passed.
Yes, that
Okay.
passed. Goodness.
So you summon your magical energy, thrust the power down the length of the water whip. Kurge looks round when he realises that you appear to be about to whip him. Kurge is like, the fuck? And snaps at thinking that you've been possessed by the valley. He snaps at the end of the whip, and then as he catches it in his mouth and part of the whip just sort of bursts and runs down, he drinks it in and realises what's going on. Tell him how many health points is healed.
Can I use the stunt points as health as extra?
Yes, I'll
regain
allow
or-
that, yes.
Right, okay.
Traditionally,
So,
I've done that with healing spells.
so 10 points of health there.
Thank you very much.
The other thing is your spell's not correctly firing.
It's
it's
not
not working
even
properly.
total together, is it?
You probably need to overtype the focus or something.
Yeah,
and,
overtype the focus usually fixes that. I just
Okay.
came in and did that with all of these characters the other day, knowing that somebody had been fiddling with character sheets at
Yeah,
the
so it's
Yeah.
worth fine
developer
last
end, but it's
time.
broken again.
Have you noticed how the initiative box doesn't have a number in it anymore?
Yes, that's how I
Mm.
knew somebody had been fiddling with the thing. I found that extremely disorienting when I was testing some creatures for one of the other games, because it was like, what's wrong with the initiative box? But then if you just click initiative, it still works.
It still works, yeah.
Yeah.
But it doesn't show the bonus anyway in there for some reason when you do click it. But it adds it
It
into
adds
the
it in, but
total.
it doesn't show it as separate. Yes, I've noticed. Yeah. But that's how I spotted that somebody at the development end had been fiddling with character sheets again, which meant I knew that all the focuses would need retyping. So I came in here and overtyped everybody's for them, spent about 25 minutes doing that, and it's obviously, I've either missed that one or it's been
Changed
broken
its
again, I
mind.
don't know. Okay, so is that is Healing Waters a major or minor action for Nicholas?
Oh,
Morgan?
I didn't think to check that bit actually.
We always
give me-
treat it as major, but we should really check because there are some
Yeah, that's
water
major, that
arcana
one's
that are
major.
minor. Okay, that's major. Right, so
Water
you only
magic's
have a
kinda good.
minor arcana. Sorry, a minor action left. Is there anything you'd like to do with it?
Um, I think I'm probably gonna like stand firm or something.
I must ask the question: if you cast as a major action, then cracked the whip, was that not the?
Yeah, that could all
That
be
would be the
minor.
minor action, yes.
Yeah, fair,
Right.
fair.
Okay, so it is round to the next round, and it is Alderan to go again. Knowing that this tree creature is now within hand-to-hand combat with you, that might choose to affect your choices.
Let's do this. Let's do that. I'm now here.
Yep.
Actually, there.
Yeah.
No, hold on. 1, 2. No, I'll actually be here.
Okay.
And then I'm going to shoot it.
That doesn't seem a long way.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5. Right, back one further, then 6.
Okay. Okay.
That's it there.
Yeah. Go ahead.
There is a reason for doing.
Yeah, fair enough. I don't know what it is, but I'll trust you to know what you're doing.
Right. Let's just shoot it.
19 is a hit. You've also got 4 stun points. How would you like to use them, and how much damage are you doing?
Right, I can't knock the thing prone.
It's very unlikely because it's got sturdy as one of its abilities due to its huge size. Also, there's a risk if you knocked it prone from there, it would land on Courage.
Right, so we'll do pierce armor for 1.
Okay, yeah. So only one of its armor points counts.
Yeah. So it takes 17. Well, whatever
16 damage.
gets through.
Yeah, gets through. So that's not bad.
Sorry, how much did you say gets through?
16 gets through.
Okay, and then for the other 3 points, I'll shoot it again.
Okay.
A lightning attack.
Okay. So you quickly reload, which is a free action for
Sean,
you.
Sean,
Mhm.
I don't suppose you can skirmish it off the cliff, can you?
No,
No, because it's got sturdy.
Ah,
I mean,
30.
it's potentially possible. It's just very, very unlikely.
Yeah, and the knockback is actually it's part of the knock prone.
Yeah.
For that, skirmishing it off the cliff won't happen because it'll resist.
yeah.
I won't be able to do that, so I'm just going to do an extra 12 damage to it.
Okay,
that
so
case,
as it's
total.
reeling from the first attack, your second shot hits it as well. That's quite a lot of damage you've done to it in one round. It's now currently looking slightly worse than the other one that's been in the fight 3 rounds longer. So it's leaking sap from a lot of places. There's even sap oozing out of what you would loosely refer to as its maw or its mouth. So it looks like it's in quite a bad way. And it is Courage to go. What would you like to do?
I'm going to try and get out again.
Okay, make another strength might test. See if you can break free. Okay, so straining your muscles, you can feel some of the vines going snap, snap. And you think, I'm going to get out here. You grab one in your teeth, you rip it out, another vine wraps over you. You almost made it, but not quite.
Oof.
17 was the target number.
Okay.
But it feels as if you've made some progress.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a minor action you can do, or would Quoth like to act, or both?
As a minor action, well, I have something for both. As a minor action, can I start sort of biting at the vines to try and weaken them?
I don't see why not, yeah.
Hmm.
Yes. I'm going to say that will give you +1 to your attempts to escape in future.
Lovely, thank you. Quoth is going to, let's see, I can, yeah, I think he's just going to circle.
Okay. So he's circling the enemy druid, trying to draw its fire. That
Yeah.
seems like a good idea. That's
Meaning that ranged attacks from the ground add 20 yards to the horizontal distance from the shooter.
Which means he can't hit you with his... now he might have, because he has an advanced version of it. Find out when I get to him. I'll double check his range. But if his range isn't improved by the advanced version of Arcane Blast, then he can't actually hit Quoth. So he might wind up having to expend spell points at him after all. So that's Quoth drawing his fire, so it's Tamara to go.
Right. Okay. Yeah, these trees aren't giants, are they?
Sadly not, no, so the giant killer longsword won't have the additional magical damage.
Right. Tamara's going to switch weapons again as her minor action.
Okay. Dropping her bow, she draws a sword. Shing.
Excuse me.
Presumably she draws the giant killer longsword anyway, because it's still the better of our two swords.
Well, she would have had it just stuck in the ground in front of her.
Okay.
Just pick them up, basically. Yeah. Although no, maybe she wouldn't have done that because it would be visible. So
Yes, it would
yeah.
be if she did that, so she probably did sheath it, so she's drawn
Right, so
it.
switch weapons.
Yep.
And attack the tree that's in front of her.
Okay,
There's
good.
no aim.
So it's easy to hit because it's a big beast. That's an easy hit. So she's whacked it into the side of the, what you'll call a leg for ease.
Where's the? Let's make that a toggle. And then I don't have to keep switching that off. Right. So she hits that for giant killer longsword. It's a longsword, isn't it?
Yeah.
It doesn't do any extra damage against anything other than giants.
Yeah, it still does +1, I think, if memory serves.
Right. In that case,
I mean, it'll already be factored in if I'm right about
yeah,
that.
it
anyway.
should be. Yeah.
So
Right.
it's
No.
9 damage, so 7 past its armor.
On that one, hitting it in the leg or the flank or whatever.
Yeah. So there's minor splintering as she hits it in the side. Bits of wood come flying out, bark peels back, the more sap. You would say the 2 tree creatures are now equally badly damaged. That was her both major and minor actions. So it's the first tree creature, which is going to take another look to see where these invisible attacks are coming from. So let me make another perception test.
Yeah, as it is.
8, nah, no chance. It's looking around. With its main action, it will... because that was a sword blow, it knows something's there. So it's going to sort of just cast a blow through the area where it thinks she might be. She's invisible, so that gives her +4 on her defense. And... ooh, Christ, 21 though.
Well, that's going to hit.
Right, so it kind of speculatively just brings a branch down and through that area, manages to hit something.
Right. One of the things is we can't see what you're rolling. They're on whisper mode.
Oh, they're still on whisper mode. Let me just take that off. There you go. So it was 21 to hit and it's 6 damage, which has to be the lowest possible, I think. Yeah, it is. Probably because it's a glancing blow, because it doesn't really know where she is, and it was almost pure luck that it hit her at all. So
Ouch,
6
splinters.
damage. Sorry?
Ouch, splinters.
Did anything
bit of
get past our armor?
Rough bark chaffing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right, okay.
Slight graze.
Slight grace, yeah. Okay, so the other tree, which is completely unaware of what's going on with its pal anyway, and probably wouldn't care much.
Not much of a pal, is it?
Not really, no. Is going to... I've just realised these trees are animated and I've got the animation switched off. Let's turn them back on.
It was the last thing you did at the end of the last game.
It was, yes, and I was supposed to turn them back on when I started this one. Okay, so this
That one's not on.
It was a second ago and it's paused itself.
It did,
again.
yeah.
There we go.
It paused.
Right, okay.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Right. Okay, that one's going to charge Alderaan. Thump, 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 as it comes thundering across the ground and makes a swing for him. Still hasn't figured out that he's very hard to hit. I think he would have had a clue from that. 22 though.
Yeah, that's definitely a hit.
And with 5 stunt points, let me just take a look at what his favourite stunts are. Skirmish, Swallow, Knock Prone, and Tendril Grab. So it is going to... it will do a Tendril Grab for 2. So that's you grabbed, because it's finally figured out that you're not easy to hit, so it's going to try and make you easier by grabbing you. That's 2 points. None of the other things are going to work. Hasn't got enough to also swallow you this round, so can't do that. So it'll just do a bit of extra damage. So I'll just put a little paw on to show that you're grabbed, and it's an extra dice of damage. So that is this plus this. So that's 13
nasty.
points of damage you've taken, and it's now grabbed you. So it reaches down, grabs you, and lifts you off your feet, as if it's thinking about biting you, but then it's sort of crushing you instead. Okay, so that's both the trees. Now it's the druid, who I'm going to have to put some thought into, because we don't think he can hit you at that distance, do we? So Callum, let's just take a look at his... No, it doesn't look like he's got any additional range on his arcane blast, so it's not going to hit. He does additional damage. He can gain another meter from his staff, so that's 2 meters, 6, 7, 18, still falling short. Okay, so I need to come up with something else. Let's have a look at his spells. Oh, and I need to do the thing.
If he's got a range of 18 and Quoth is 20 meters out of 20 meters away.
That's right.
Would he know that he's only falling short by a couple of meters?
Let's make a perception check. I'll give him a target number of 13 to figure it out, and if he fails, he'll fire anyway. So perception. No, he's actually going to try and hit Quoth, not realising that Quoth's going to be out of range because it's not by a huge amount. He takes aim and fires. Quoth manages to just out of range of it. Just gives it one massive downbeat of his wings and just pops up above the blast. Callum swears in some language or other. Nicholas Marty to go. What would you like to do?
Does Courage need any more healing?
I'm at about 50% of my total, so yes, anything you could put into me will tank me up so that I can stay in combat longer. Yes,
Sure thing. I will do that again this round then. I do have a plan going forwards.
We need to take that druid down.
That's your friend you're talking about there.
No, my friend's in the other skull to the right. This is one of the things that confused me during your intro.
No, this is him. He moved. It took you a day to get there
Yeah.
after looking at it. That's all that's happened is he's moved to this skull. It's definitely.
Oh,
Callum.
I just thought this was like a third entity.
Oh no, this is definitely Callum. Although having said that, the distance you're at, you might not be seeing that very clearly, because I'm just trying to. Right, Tiger's eyesight's quite good, so yes, you can tell it's him. It's quite good at that range, but like a lot of cats, they're long-sighted, so anything closer than a few meters, and they don't see them as well.
Perception 3, if it helps.
Perception 3. Yeah, you can definitely tell it's him. Yeah.
Okay.
So either they've cloned him, or he moved here, but it did take you a day to get here after you.
I mean, I had seen him recently on my fly past.
Yeah, that was yesterday. You had a day's encampment between that now. So yeah.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so how's Nicholas Marty getting on with healing waters? That looks like a pass.
Uploaded, yeah.
Yep. And I'm practically full, so thank you very much.
Excellent. Right, cool. I will.
Any minor actions you'd like to take?
Yeah, I can't make one again because I used the healing wisp kind of thing again. So I will stay here.
Okay.
I'll temporarily mute myself while Kev's doing the dishes there.
That's okay. Okay, I just need to add a thing, so just bear with me a second. Where is there it is. Yeah, there we go. Add that. And that becomes keeps his defense but uses the creature's armor. There we go. I spelled that right, yes I have. And just add that. There we go. That should have popped that in at the bottom. I reorganise the list. And it is the next combat round is Alderaan to go. What would you like to do, Sean? And I'll just pan everybody back over there so we can see.
So at this point, am I actually trapped by the tree?
You are gripped, yes, so you would need a strength might versus strength might, or you can use dexterity agility instead.
Right. Okay. But at this point, if I was to
Just
hit
turn
the
it
tree,
right way around. Yes.
is there any advantage in hitting the tree?
I mean, yes, there's an advantage. You might kill it. That seems advantageous. But would it help you get loose? No. Well, unless you killed it, obviously. But you don't think it's weak enough to kill in a single blow at the moment.
Right, but how about 2 blows?
Just working out your damage. Possible if you stunned it and used them for extra damage. Still a slender chance.
And it's a major action to break out of it.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, we'll give it a go. So let's give it the old heave-ho and see what happens.
Okay. So you can either use strength might to try and force your way out of it, or you can use dexterity agility to be slippery about the whole thing.
I'll use dex.
So that's 15 you got versus the critters. He'll have to use strength. He didn't get the option. Strength might. Ah, you've managed. So, just like trying to keep a hold of a bar of soap in the shower, it's desperately trying to hold on to you, but the more pressure it exerts, the more slippery you become, and you eventually sort of drop out the bottom of its hand, do a 3-point heroic landing on the ground in front of it. You are no longer ensnared, so I'll just take that off there.
Right.
That was a major action. You've still got a minor one if you would like to use it.
Definitely be movement.
Yeah.
I'm taking these things on fast.
These things are they lumber a bit, so yeah, they're pretty slow.
Ha, trees, lumber.
Yes, I didn't think of that.
Would you believe it?
We need to branch out.
Oh, dear me.
Leave it alone.
Problem is, I've got too much zoom on the map. Distance-wise.
Get to the root of the problem, Sean.
Oh, dear God.
Screaming! Ah!
At which speed I walk over, I'll go over here.
Okay. You've certainly
think
drawn
that's where
that one
it
away
was.
from the rest of the party quite nicely.
Mhm.
Just check that distance. No, it's another square in that case.
Nice one. Okay, which has taken one of the major fighters out of the
Yep.
the fight with the rest of the party, and Quoth's taken another one out of the equation, really, because it's
Mhm.
spending a lot of time. It should be pouring magical attacks down on you, dealing with what it doesn't realise is just a crow. So,
The plan's working, other than me getting out of these routes.
other than that, I don't know what the rest of the plan is, to be honest. But just record that. Right, you are. So that was Alderon's score. So Kurge, it's your goal. So see if you can get out the routes this time. I'm giving you a
Yep.
+1 because you've been biting at some of the routes.
Thank you.
16, so close. Okay, you rip some of the roots out with your fangs and strain against them. More of them break, but more of them wrap themselves round you to compensate. You feel you've got a little bit more flexibility and movement than you had before, but you can't help the fact that you're still trapped, I'm afraid. Minor action, and what would you like to do with Quoth?
If I were to drop tiger form,
Yes.
would it no longer have hold of me?
Depends what you change to. If you drop into something smaller, you'll squirm out.
I can't do that.
You can't, right? Okay.
No. You've got to revert back to your default form and then
Right.
cast.
Ah, of course, right. Yes, you have.
Because every change is a spell.
Your default form is actually slightly smaller than a tiger, not
Yes.
not hugely, but a bit. So I would give you a bonus for your next escape attempt. Yes.
Right.
Whether that would compensate for the strength you might lose, I don't know.
Probably 6 and 2 3s at that point. As more vines have wrapped around me,
Yeah.
do I need to use a minor action again this round to maintain the bonus that I just got?
Minor action, yes, you would. Aye.
Then I'll do exactly that.
Okay, go for it then. And Quoth, what would you like to have Quoth do?
Now, I believe from circling, you can dive and attack. Character that was circling high or flying high in the previous round can dive this round. A character that was circling can move. Right.
So yes, you can make a dive attack this round if you'd like to.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm just looking at the rules here for. It looks like flying high gets it's some sort of bonus, but I wasn't flying high.
Okay.
In either case, the attack. So a plus in either case, the attacker can make a +1 melee attack roll
Okay.
and damage roll.
Yep, that's fine. Go ahead. I'll center that a bit better so we can see what's happening. So, you Quoth comes streaking down from above and claws extended rake into the...
+1 on that.
Sorry, say that again?
+1 on that, sorry.
+1 on that, so that's 10. I suspect that's probably missed column. Let's just take a look. Defense 11, yeah, it has.
Right.
So at the last minute, Callum wags his staff at him, like swings it through the air trying to hit him, and Quoth's forced to veer off before getting clocked in the face instead. So unfortunately it doesn't connect. It's at that point that you hear a sort of deep squealing noise, if you can have a deep squealing noise, from behind a lot of the party, from behind Nicholas, Marty and Tamara. And if you would all like to pan your view across to the east, you will see why.
Oh, as a player, I'd spotted it, but
Yeah.
I think my character was far too busy otherwise.
Oh no. Well, that
Mm-hmm.
fucks that plan then.
And I don't think he's going to reach it with enough action points to attack this round. Let me just check. So that was his first movement. And his second...
Right, quick change of plan for Nicholas if
he
you
can't
can.
attack when he gets there, but he will reach you.
You've been healing me up to now. If you can aid me in getting out, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, if either Nicholas or Tamara can, either way.
Okay, so as this ball comes hurtling in, the closer it gets to you, the more sort of greeny it looks. So there's green flames coming off it, and as it reaches you, there's something very odd about this, even by the standards of the corrupted balls you've been encountering. Okay, so that's the ball done. So it's Tamara Greyhawk to go next.
Right. Just gonna hit the tree again.
Okay,
Basically.
make an attack.
Hit at the tree.
Looks like a hit to me, and with 3 points distance.
Right. So damage.
11's quite good, so that would be 9 gets through past his bark.
And lightning attack against the tree.
Right you are, so she whacks it roughly where she hit it the last time. She's now taken a V-shaped chunk out of one of its legs. Before it can recover and attempt to attack her again, she takes another swing. Go for it. That's also a hit. Slightly less of a solid blow this time, but still enough to impact the creature and deepen that. It's almost like she's chopping wood.
How
Should
much
be
wood
worried
could
about.
Jamara chop if Jamara could chop wood?
Yeah, should be worried about taking chunks out the blade if it wasn't for the fact that it's a magical longsword she's using. It seems to be having no detrimental effect to the blade of the sword whatsoever.
And then she's going to stand firm.
Okie dokie. Now, the creature is going to attempt another attack against her, but her defense is still 4 points higher because it's unable to see her. So, let me just make an attack roll with a tendril. 17, does that hit with a +4 bonus?
Ooh, unfortunately, yes.
Does it? Okay.
Yeah,
And
that just hits her.
okay, so aware that it's been having trouble with something invisible, when it makes the connection, it rapidly grips and gets gripped in its thing. So I'll just put a paw mark on to show that she's gripped, and it will do an additional dice of damage to her this round as well as a. Oh shit! Didn't mean to kill her. Hang on, there we go. Well, it did, but I didn't. So, Tree Guardian, Tendril attack, and it'll be another d6 to add. So that's 14 points of damage she takes as it crushes her in its grip.
That screws up another part of our plan.
Oh
Hey!
dear. Ah, well, never mind, could be worse. It is Callum's go next, and tiring of being unable to hit this, what it suspects is a druid disguised as a raven. It raises both hands angrily, slams its staff on the ground. Melosa, come, defend me.
Okay, so she's not the ball then.
She's definitely not the boar, no.
Valley Hunter's the boar, or the Master's the boar?
You hear a sort of
Skinwalker.
screaming sound as the following thing happens. Let me just change
Oh no,
that.
it's a Winnebago.
What?
My mum got really confused about.
Right, I understand.
My mum got really confused about how does the Wendigo once when we were watching something, and she was like, "Oh, the Winnebagos are gonna get them."
Brilliant.
Run over by a camper van. Sorry.
Okay, so Melosa's been aggressively summoned by Colin. So I'll add her to the initiative. Question is whether she can fight off his influence or not, isn't it? So that's Callum's action this round. I will reorder this. And
Now,
we know-
Melosa will recognise Quoth, surely.
Yes.
And I don't know what she might think of the fact that Callum can't defend himself against an ordinary raven.
I think she would imagine it's hysterically funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
That might get him tilted, rather, I think.
Possibly.
You need
Nicholas
to
Marty
do Tree Man 2,
Tree Man
which
2?
is missing.
Ah, yes,
Yeah.
I do. Tree Man 2 that's chasing you.
Tree Man 2 is chasing you.
So,
Disco
let me
Stew.
see if it's there. That's 1, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he'll have to come at you again using a major action, which will get him up to 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's reached you, but he's run out of energy in the process. So he's sort of thundering down towards you and rears up above you, runs out of energy. So it's Nicholas Marty to go.
Right. I know Courage wants to be helped out of the vines, but I'm really concerned about this boar, and I'm concerned that if I fail this, we're just going to keep getting surrounded by more and more things.
Reasonable.
So I think I'm going to try and leave this boar off instead.
Okay.
I would like to what's it called again? I've forgotten the name of my
Rage.
stuff.
No, sorry.
What?
Rain on his
Rage.
parade?
I would like to cast Figment
Right. Okay.
here. I would like to make it look like more path,
More what, sorry?
more cliffside,
All right. Okay. As if you've just
as if
extended the
it
cliffs on it.
extends a little further.
Aye.
Uh,
Okay. Interesting.
I don't know if this is gonna work, but I think it's worth a shot.
I've no idea where you're going with this. Make a roll.
Yep.
Succeeded.
Okay,
Yep.
so you call down your magical energy and in some strange arcane tongue appear to extend the cliff out in front of you. That would be a major action, I'm assuming.
No, that's minor.
That's a minor, right? Okay.
Yep. And then I would like to look as though I'm running in a straight line towards it, but then at the last minute dash off here.
I see. You're hoping to run him over the side of the cliff.
That's my hope.
I
I
see.
don't know if he's too intelligent for this, but
And you're thinking he might be daft enough to fall for this.
I hope so.
Cool being the appropriate word.
Okay. Yes. Okay. It's always a possibility. We'll give it a try. So what?
And if not, I'm probably close enough to try and get Courage out on the next round if he doesn't get out.
So what I'm going to do is when we get round to the boar's goal,
Yep.
we will see how successful you were. You will make a communication performance test against its perception seeing.
Yep.
And if you pass, it won't notice you veer off in time. And will
Okay, cool.
go thundering over. If it does notice you veer off in time, it's still going to need a standard saving throw against your illusion, because all that will do will tell it there might be something illusory about the thing. So you've got 2 chances of them falling for this trick. Actually, that's so
Literally,
so
hopefully.
hopefully. So Alderan to go. What would you like to do?
This is an interesting one. So I'm there.
Yep.
Yeah, that's okay. So I'm there. Right. So what I'll do is I'll shoot it from here.
Yes.
Let's see what happens.
Okay.
Because there could be stunt points involved.
They could easily. Yeah.
Hope for stunts. 6 points of stunts is what we want.
Good luck.
Sadly not, but that is a hit.
That is a hit. So it takes a shot for whatever that is. 14 damage in
so
total.
14 gets through. So you're peppering this thing with arrows. It's starting to look quite badly damaged. Just trying to calculate it. Yeah, that's under half now. So yeah, it's badly damaged.
Right, so that'll put me there. I think.
Yep.
Problem is I can't see where I... yeah, I know where I was. Let me just measure that again.
Yep.
I was... Was I...
Right in front of the tree, so you were here.
That square?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Put me all the way over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, hang on, I've got to do it again. So that's 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 would be... It's that one where you've just pinged. 1, 2, 3, 4, that one.
There we go. Okay, so that should give you cover from the creature because it can't see you at the moment. It knows which way you ran, roughly, obviously, but right now it can't see whether you've set up an ambush or jinked to the left or right or what you might have done. So, that would be Melorsa to go next. So, there, can't pronounce her name and I've just done it once. Melorsa snarling at Callum for having forced her to come to the fight. It's like, how dare you summon me, Callum, like I am some minion. He just chuckles and says, but you are, Melorsa. You are just my minion. And with that, she is going to have to make some tough decisions. Let me just see what she's going to do and who to. I should probably add the magic powers tab so I can see those easily. Okay. Right. Okay. Not a huge amount she can do from back here, and she's gonna try and stay back here. So let me just give a... She really doesn't want to get involved in attacking the people she's hoping are going to free the valley. So let me just give her a willpower self-discipline test. Oh shit. Okay, that's not very good. So she's going to have to come forward to attack them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... 11. I should probably check what her movement is because I'm not sure. 16. Jesus. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 16. Gets her there. And from there, she can open up on somebody with a. Don't seem to have her vision set, so I will click that.
She thinks, oh my god, a green flaming boar, I guess.
Unfortunately for you guys, she knows who and what that is. So I'm afraid she's going to have to attack Nicholas Marty with an arcane blast.
Oh.
Let me just check that you're within range, though. Even if you're not, she'll fire because it looked to her like you were within range.
I feel so betrayed.
Sorry, say that again?
I feel so betrayed.
Okay, so she's going to arcane blast at Nicholas Marty. Let me just make a attack from Melorsa.
You should sing the Song of Friendship from whatever it was, the one where it's the worlds have been split up and the various things of water and what have you, and the summoning of the ghosts and the dragons and the worms.
None the wiser. Okay, that's a hit with 4 stunt points. You'll be super pleased to know. So Nicholas Marty, out of the corner of your eye, you see what looks like some kind of dryad. You kind of glance over and think, aha, Melorsa's arrived to help. Turn your focus back on the bow, and the next thing you know is you're engulfed in a blast of painful magical energy. And with 4 stunt points.
Oh no!
She is going to lightning attack it. Do it again.
No!
And the second attack is also a hit. So you've been hit by 2. She's going to skirmish you as well. Oh dear.
Oh no!
Make a
Onto a tree.
yeah, make a dexterity acrobatics check, please, for me, or athletics check.
Oh god. Really wish I'd taken those circus skills.
Of leap, jump, and bounce.
Oops, it isn't. Okay, so you're currently crashing through the trees. You've been hit with such force it has blasted you. It should be that way, really, shouldn't it? From where she is. Yeah. So it's blasted you off the rock into the trees. You're bouncing down through the tree branches, knocking off some of the limbs as you go, the smaller ones. A wind up sat on a limb, just a little bit lower than you've not actually fallen very far. Let's roll the damage for those 2 arcane blasts, though, shall we? So the first arcane blast did you 10 damage. The second arcane blast did you 9 damage, and crashing through the tree did you 6 damage.
25 in total.
25 in total, but you get to apply any armor you might have 3 times over. So 10, a 9, and a 6. Okay, Courage, you to go. What would you like to do?
I think I'm going to stop attempting to just get out of these vines.
Yep.
Because it's done nothing for the past few turns.
True.
I can still attack, right?
Oh, aye, you can still attack. Yeah.
Okay, I'm on that tree then.
Okay.
You can
Go for
sharpen your claws on that wooden pole.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, essentially.
Make him a scratching post.
Yeah.
Can't charge. I don't want to go all out because I'll sacrifice my defense.
Yeah.
So just to start, I'm going to go with a claw attack.
Okay, go
You
for
can
it.
aim, can't you?
You can aim. Yeah.
That's a good idea, thank you.
You can't move, but you can.
Right, so
Row, row.
I'm doing a claw attack, which is normally +6, so +7 for aiming.
Okay. Yep.
First claw attack,
There's a hit.
lovely. Second claw attack,
There's a hit with 6 stun points.
marvelous. Lightning attack for
Third claw
Yeah.
attack, yeah, or a bite if you want to.
now I can only take lightning attack once, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay, so for 2 stunt points for the reduced value,
Ooh.
and I can't aim this, can I?
No, you
No.
can't aim the
Right.
attack.
Okay, so I'm doing a bite attack.
That's also a hit.
Nice.
Does that leave you 4 points?
It does. It does.
Oh, good God.
Right, right. That 23 is the no. The ball's out of range,
The
unfortunately.
ball's out of range.
But you could do the extra damage, I suppose.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because I can take a lethal blow for -1.
You take a lethal blow for -1. In that case, you're good enough for a lethal blow off that.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'll do
second
then.
attack as well. Okay. So do the standard claw attack from the first claw first.
Okay.
So that's a D6 and 5.
No. Yes. Sorry. But beg your pardon. Yes, I was looking at bite momentarily. D6 and 5 for the first one.
Okay, so your first attack is with your left paw. Whack across the side of the creature. Splinters part of the one of the limbs. There's bark and wood flying off and small slivers as you strike it. That's 8 points of damage. Gets past its bark armor. Then before it knows what's happening, your right paw slam from the other side. Go ahead and roll the damage.
That's
This is the one you
3d6.
did the extra damage from.
3d6 and 5.
Lovely. Thank you. Oh wow.
Ouch, okay. So 11 points of damage. That gets 9 through from the attack on that side. As it's reeling back from this very hefty blow that's ripped a massive chunk of bark off it, you take the advantage and lunge in with your huge fangs crunching down on one of its lower limbs. Roll the damage for the bite as well, please.
2d6 plus 4.
16.
16.
Wow, okay.
That's pretty.
I really should stop doing that.
That's pretty feckin' serious. So you've ripped a huge limb off the tree. It kind of reels back and makes this bizarre sort of wooden bellowing noise, which I can't reproduce, being human. So I'm told. It kind of staggers backwards slightly and sags to. It's not dead, but it's really
Not very well.
far off.
You did 30 points of damage there past its armor.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I
you did
believe.
indeed.
Yeah, 9 and 8, 17. Oh no, 31.
I should have just done that instead of trying to get out.
Remind me not to get on your bad side.
Okay,
Tigers,
so the
nasty.
ball spinning round and chasing Nicholas Marty. Let's see if it.
I am gonna have to step out for a moment.
Okay, no problem.
Back ASAP.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, so we have in this form. Let me have a look. Make your performance roll to see if you can trick it into thinking you're not going to jink off the thing. So that's 10. So he's probably going to see through this, isn't he?
No, he rolls a triple one. Right, there you go.
18, so he knows that you're going to. However, let's see if he figures out that this is just an illusion. What's your spell strength? Your. I don't mean spell strength.
The spell power.
That's the one, thank you, yes.
11.
11, so you need to beat 11 to know that that's an illusion, so he does.
Ah!
So he instead chases you just in time to watch you get blasted back into the tree. And what happens instead of him attacking you, because he can't reach you in the tree, is this boar kind of sits down on its back haunches, which boars don't normally do, and rears its head, and this bizarre sort of squealing noise comes out of it, and you realise it's laughing at you.
Come on!
And Tamara to go.
Right. Okay. So Tamara's still held by the tree, or has it let it go?
No, it hasn't let her go. It's still held. She's still held. So she can either try and break free, or she can just try and kill it.
Right. Is it possible that she could finish it off in the way that it is at the moment?
Extremely possible. It doesn't have many hit points left.
Boom.
Right. Okay. You can pick stunts if you want, but what I'm going to say first is it's dead. So you can describe how you're going to destroy it.
Right. So at this point, it's basically she just brings the sword down and cleaves what would be its head apart as a strike through,
Okay.
like overhand strike.
With a massively powerful overhead strike, she brings the sword down through what you assume would be its head, which opens up into a giant maw that it was going to try and drop her into, and her blade just slices straight through its internal organs. It
Right.
just collapses and just poof.
Position on the map.
Yeah.
Would she be there?
Yes, I would say so.
So for 1 point of skirmish to here,
Yeah.
is she now in hit range of the boar?
Yes, she is.
Well, that's what's going to happen as a second hit.
Second attack. Okay, so as the thing drops her,
Hit it, finish nothing.
as she strikes down through its open maw, cleaves through this bizarre sort of organ which seems to kill the thing. It drops her, she hits the ground, rolls, comes up in a fighting stance and thrusts the blade forward at the boar's side whilst it's laughing at Marty. Go ahead and make another attack.
If only the stunts could be applied to this, eh?
Yes, if only.
I'm back.
Bang.
Right, she stabs the boar in the side. Go ahead and roll the damage. Jeez. Right, okay. So that's 14, that's 12, gets through. there. So that 12 comes off there. Okay. So she plunges the blade into the side of this boar. It sort of snaps its head round, it stops laughing, and it snorts something. Make a perception hearing roll. Okay. In a distorted voice, but one you nevertheless recognise as that ghostly creature you keep encountering, you hear it go bish as it stabs her, as she stabs it rather.
She's on the ball today.
She is on the ball today. Okay, so you weren't here when it happened.
I wasn't. No, I noticed there's a big X on the tree. So
There
No.
is.
Look at the last 3 rolls.
Yeah. What happened was Tamara's turn came round. She sliced the sword across the top of its head, which kind of opens into a maw that it was going to drop her in. And she struck it in the internal organs. They burst, it collapsed dead, dropped her. She rolled across the ground with the stunt point she had, made a second attack against the boar, which has turned to face her, and in a voice she's recognised as the Valley Huntsman's, has gone bitch as she stabbed it.
brilliant.
Right. Didn't have to roll for damage because I take it had less than 5 hit points
It
left.
had 1 hit point after Kurge had finished with it.
So it's an automatic 5 points of damage
Yeah,
without
exactly.
any roll happening. Minimum.
So that would be that tree can come out because it's deader than a dead thing. The other tree, which is less dead, is now then, does it continue chasing this person that it now feels is out of the fight, or does it come back around? No, it's going to continue chasing it.
Because I just shot it and ran
Just
away
shot it, yeah.
to taunt it effectively. I suppose it could make a willpower test.
5, 6. No, I'm going to say that this round is just going to come after you because it's annoyed that you keep shooting it. So that's 6. So its second move, it's going to attempt to charge in the hopes that it can reach you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes. It's reached you, but it's not going to get +1 to hit because it's run out of momentum when it gets there. It's taken its entire charge movement to get there, so it can make an attack, but not with a bonus. So let me just make a tendril attack. 13, that's a miss. So as it's sort of thundering along the ground, it swings a branch at Talaran, who just ducks gently underneath it. Doesn't even break a sweat doing so, maintains eye contact with the tree as if to mock it as he does so. And with that, it is Callum to go next. So he's going to try and ignore this angry. No, he's not. He's going to try and blast it again now it's in range. So let me just make a Callum Rasmil arcane blast attack. Yes, it'll aim it. 17. Does that hit Quoth?
After his attack, did Quoth go back to circling, or what's the situation with that?
I mean, if I don't remember you saying he did, but if he had,
No,
the
I definitely didn't say it. I'm just wondering, like, after a melee attack, do you continue to do what you were previously doing? Because I'm not that familiar with the flying rules.
I'll say he has done. Yeah, go on. I'll say he has done.
You didn't take an action for him in this round anyway.
He didn't. No. So.
Oh, yeah. As soon as I had my action, I had to step out.
That's right. So we'll assume he has done them, so that Callum's
Right.
missed. Yeah. So he blasts another arcane blast in Quoth's general direction, but Quoth's just fly in rings round him.
It says
Yeah.
your father smelled Belfries.
I just need to check something about Callum actually. Nope, that's fine. Okay, so that's another round. Actually, that seems odd.
It's Nicholas
His
Marty to go.
magic
Yep.
points haven't completed on there, and they should have done. Let me just check. see if they have any. That's okay. They are doing on his tokens. That's the thing. So it's another round of uselessness from the mage. So it is druid rather. So it is Nicholas to go. See if he can get out the tree.
Nicholas actually has to heal himself.
Okay. Yeah.
So, gonna try and keep hanging on to this tree and cast a healing water.
Okay. So this time you cast your healing water on your canteen. Your canteen water changes into this magical elixir. You take the drink. You've successfully cast it, so go ahead and roll
3 stun points.
with 3 stun points. Yeah, so choose your 3 stun points and roll to see how much you've healed yourself.
Can I use my 3 stunt points just as extra help?
Yes, with healing spells, I'm always going to allow that.
Oh, bloody hell, that's good.
Nice.
That's pretty damn good, isn't it?
Ho ho! I needed that.
Yeah, you did, kinda, didn't you?
Nicholas Marty just does like a Diet Coke advert and goes,
Was it again?
keeps his shirt on though.
And there's like some of the water's like on his hair, and he just like flicks his hair back.
if you keep your shirt on, can it be a proper Diet Coke advert, or have you done?
And are
Diet
you a
Pepsi
proper bard?
ones? Yeah.
Like,
Not that kind of bar.
One of the very tall trees is like full of nymphs staring at him.
Okay, so it is. That was your major action. Do you have a minor action you would like to?
Am I able to get out of this tree?
Yes, I'll let you climb back onto the. So half your movement. Do a
Yep.
movement up to half your move. I'll allow
Okay,
you
let me just check what my movement is. Right. I'm gonna go over here.
to. Right, you are. You kind of clamber up the tree, leap into this smaller one, and then drop down and run away where you hope it's relatively safe, because you're not aware of what exactly the boar is swearing at, but whatever it was seems to have stabbed it, so you're going to hazard a guess it's probably Tamara, even though you can't see her. So it is Alderan to go, and it's another combat round.
right, hold on. Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 to there. 17 to here.
Crikey, right, okay, yeah.
And
Do I take it that the other tree man is due south of the skull?
Yeah,
it's behind
it's
the
back there.
Yeah, it's behind the skull trying to chase Alderan down with.
Because I can just see some branches clipping through.
Right, yeah. That's him.
Right. So at this point, boom.
Hold on, I'll just pan over.
That's my
to-
target. Hold on.
The green boar. Yep, go for it.
That's a pub, Brian.
It does sound like a pub now you can't mention
The
it.
green boar.
Yeah. I think that might be on the way over to Chesley Street.
Oh, there's a blue boar in Stanley, but yeah.
There's a blue boar in Stanley. Yeah.
So his dex is less than
Oh,
5.
yes. Yeah, definitely.
So shoot him in the rear.
21 with 6 stun points. What would you like
Oh
to see?
dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Take one off that.
Okay, take one off that, so that's 15, so that's 14. Oh, crikey, right, 14 gets through.
Right. And for my remaining stunt points, all 6 of them. I think it's a case of it got knocked prone
Knocked prone, yeah.
and fell off the cliff
Okay, so it's going to
for
fall
1 point.
into the tree as well, so it'll take
But
another
it's
D6
gonna
damage,
take-
tumbling down through the tree.
It's going to take an extra 2d6 damage to that first shot
Right, you are. Okay, right.
because that's the lethal blow hitting it.
Yeah, and roll
And then
D6
the-
damage for it bouncing through the tree down the cliff.
And another d6 damage on top of that.
And his neck's broken as it goes bouncing down the cliff.
That green ghost seems to keep getting his ass kicked by an
Really
elf with a
does,
bow.
doesn't it? Okay, so as
Sure, that's
it's,
going to upset him.
as its neck breaks, you can see the ghostly figure of the Valley Huntsman emerges from the top of the thing itself. So I'm going to have to go grab the ghostly figure of the Valley Huntsman, which I think I can find on his character sheet. So let me just... So mosquito, two-headed dog, corrupted bats, hanging vines, Callum, Valley Huntsman. There we go. So the ghostly figure of the Valley Huntsman emerges from the top of the boss name. He's going to need a new initiative test. And the boar's going to need to be deleted. So delete the boar first. Valley Huntsman. Initiative. Should have dropped him in at the bottom, so I'll just move him up till he gets to where he should be. Which is... Oh, he gets to go next. So, upset by having yet another one of his possessed forms killed out from under him, he emerges from the top of the thing and shrieks like a banshee as he comes up and lands on the thing. Actually, he's going to go for Nicholas Marty because he can see him. And
Sorry, mate.
can't see... oh, we could go for Courage, actually. Who's a bigger threat. Yeah, he's going to go for Courage. So attacking...
He's just
And then he falls down the cliff again.
Well, he's a ghost now. He doesn't stand
Oh,
on the ground, so he doesn't need to worry about
So he's
it.
able to float up vertically, is he?
He is, yeah. That's how he's been getting backed at the skull. He keeps, when he's killed, he just floats off.
that probably would
Okay.
have worked anyway. Damn.
Yeah,
One of them.
it would have worked while he was in
floaters.
boar form, but not while he's in his own form. So I'm going to make a chilling touch attack against
You're going to attempt to catch a tiger by the tail.
tail. Yes, and there we go. Is there we go. It's popped up now. 15. Is that a hit on Courage?
My defense is 15. I can never remember if it's equal to
It's-
or better
it's
than.
equal.
To or better than.
Then
Technically,
yes,
as well, I
then-
should have got a +1 for attacking you from behind. Yeah, it would actually be 16. So, Valley Huntsman's
What?
managed to do a colding touch? That's not the term I'm looking for, is it? So
Chilling
his
touch.
Chilling touch. So his preferred stunts are Dual Strike and Pierce Armor. So let me just have a look and see how much they would cost him. Dual Strike would be 4. Pierce Armor, he can't do both. So he will go for a Dual Strike.
Who's he going to hit with the other attack?
Oh, that's right. He might not be able to. Hold on. Dual Strike, is it either or? The effect is so strong it affects 2 targets. Nope, that's the wrong one. So it can't. There isn't anybody else in. So it'll have to be a piercing armor for 2. So it leaves him 3. So he used lightning attack, which is
Yeah.
what I was actually thinking. So his damage for the first attack. This is piercing armor. So ignore half of your armor. Good save. So ignore half your armor. He goes 2 points of damage to you as it chills you.
He throws an ice cube at you.
Yeah, so
So
it's a nice kill,
that's 1 point of damage then.
that, yeah, okay. Now his second attack. He doesn't get to aim this one. Is a miss.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. That's the Valley Huntsman done. It's Malorsa the Fae to act.
So Courage looks over his shoulder and just kind of rolls his tiger eyes.
Okay, so Malorsa the Fae to go next.
I'm just laughing because the other time somebody tried to shank a tiger from behind in a game, it didn't end well
Didn't,
at all
no.
for them.
Okay, so Malorsa is going to stand this round out because she's beaten Callum with her self-discipline test. So You can see like the conflict on her face, but she's kind of stepping backwards towards these trees. And Callum's like, "Get back in there and fight, like I told you." She's
How long does these creeping vines last? The entanglement.
the entire encounter, unless they're destroyed somehow.
All right. Okay.
I'm going to get that spell.
It's a good one, isn't it? Courage to go next. Actually, let me just check whether the entire encounter thing is because of Callum's special abilities or whether that's a standard ability with the thing, whilst Courage is deciding what he's going to do.
I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn about and make use of my, hopefully, 2-point stunt to make magical attacks.
Right, yeah. Go for it.
So, starting off with my procession of attacks.
Yeah, it's the standard. Is the standard version of the spell is for the entire encounter, so it is quite a good one.
Cool.
Sorry, go ahead. You're
But a
making
fire spell or a disrupt magic would get rid of it.
Yes.
Taking aim with my first claw attack.
Okie dokie. You take aim at the Valley Hunter with your first claw attack and unleash an angry tiger's thumping.
Anger.
Anger. Yeah. That's a
There you
hit.
go.
And with
5
five
stun
stun points.
Right, so it's now a magical attack.
Yes, so it can
2.
actually affect them.
Yep. And a lightning attack.
Okay.
And one more. Need the stunts. Now that it's a magical attack, do I use spell stunts or combat stunts?
Still combat stunts because it's a magical hand-to-hand attack.
Okay. Is he attacking melee or
Yes.
ranged?
Melee.
Right, so I could skirmish him back, I guess.
Yeah.
That wouldn't have any effect.
Because he can fly.
Yes, he can. I mean, not to skirmish him off the cliff, but just to skirmish him out of melee range.
Yeah, you could do.
Don't know if it'll really have any sort of cumulative benefit.
Nah,
Not
there's
really,
no-
because he would just charge attack back in.
Does he have any armor?
No,
Do you get any
No.
pierce armor?
he's got no armor.
Pierce armor would be too expensive. That would be for 2.
But he's got
So
no
how
armor,
much
so
is-
it doesn't matter.
I've gone for 2 for make it magical, 2 for a lightning attack so I can get me bite, and then I've got an extra 1. So I'll stay aware then.
Right, okay. Just in case any other reinforcements turn up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So does anything escape my notice? You can give me a +1 to the next test I make.
Right, okay. Will do.
Right. So second claw attack. Is that also aimed?
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
That one missed because he's not magical.
Yeah, so that one hit, but just passed straight through him. But the first attack, did you ever give me the damage for it?
Not
No,
yet.
I'm rolling all the
Oh,
attacks
you're rolling
first and all the
attacks
damage.
first. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense.
Okay, so bite attack, which isn't aimed
Yeah.
because it came off a stunt.
That would be
Oh, hang on.
miss anyway.
Hang on. The bite attack couldn't have done any damage anyway because it wouldn't be able to be magical.
Yes, that's right.
Must remember that for next time.
Yes.
Okay, then. So only the ones hit this time.
Okay, so your
2d6.
first paw hits it, which surprises him, because obviously he can only be hit by magic items. So at this point, he remembers you've done this once before. Your second paw passes straight through him, which is more what he expected. And your third, your claws try to clamp down on his hand, but just pass straight through. Go ahead and roll the damage for the one hit that you did.
Yep.
11.
Maximum
11.
damage.
Crikey. Right, okay. He's not happy about that. Well, bitten, about being clawed, and it's actually done some damage to him. Your claws come through him with like waves of green spectral ectoplasmic fire coming off behind them, where you've torn a metaphysical chunk out of them. That was your major action. You turned, didn't you, this round? So that would have been your minor. Quoth, anything from Quoth?
Continuing to circle. I think I might drop down an attack and then circle again.
Okay, go for it. So Quoth dives with his claws raking across the top of.
+1.
+1 would give you 10, so raking across the top of, let me just check that. I think Callum's staff, I think he's warded you off again.
He threw his staff down, didn't he? Has he picked it back up?
No, he didn't throw it down, he brought it down.
He
Right.
stabbed the ground with it effectively with the heel of it.
Exactly. So that would
That
take
was
you up to 10 and you needed 11 to hit. What a shame. Okay, so he's fended you off with that staff again. So it's Tamara Greyhawk to go next as Quoth banks back upwards to try and stay out of range. Although he's done no damage to the druid at all, he's actually been quite a key point in the fight, because the druid hasn't been able to get off any of the major spells. I mean, you've seen what his spells will do, so 4 rounds worth of not having to worry about them has been quite good.
This was part of the plan.
Can Tamara hit the what's it from there?
Yes, she can.
Well, that's what she's gonna do.
Okay. She's going to thrust forward with her magical longsword. 24, that's a hit. Skewers him straight in the chest. 6 stunt points as well if she wants to use them.
That's interesting. Yeah. Right. That's going to be tricky. Let's have a look at powers. It's not a bow, it's a sword, a weapon, shield style. Defensive stats. Dual strike gets the extra thing. Can't do that. Right, so she's not going to do that, or that. So where's the combat stunts gone? Let's have a look at this. Mash. So I've got 6.
You have indeed.
Okay, so we'll go for a. He's not got any weapons, has he? Can't disarm
No, he
him.
hasn't. No, he's just using a chilling touch.
So it's going to have to be a mighty blow,
Okay.
a lightning attack,
Okay.
and then it's not worth doing that one. And then it's going to be stay aware, I think. Then in that case, for that one as
Roll
well.
the damage with the mighty blow.
So mighty blow damage. Oh, hold on. I've just opened the character sheet. It's a second thing. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, and then it's highlighted everything. That's good. The big sword with the mighty blow does. 14
Okay, so
damage.
as she thrusts the blade into the Valley Huntsman's chest, he screams in pain as the magical power of the Giant Slayer longsword thrusts into him. You can see he's dimming a bit, he's fading, the colour's leaching out of him. Before he can really do anything about it, though, Tamara draws her sword back and thrusts forward again. Roll to hit for the second time. I
Just
see
did.
You already have 15. That's another hit. So go ahead and roll the damage again. And 12 more points of damage with the longsword. So as she pulls the sword back, she thrusts forward again, catches him square in the chest for a second time. And with that, he shrieks, and as he's dissipating, you can hear him go, "I'll get you all and your little crow too." And he disappears. That's the Valley Huntsman can come off the thing list when we get around to him because he's gone. So that would have been him next. So bye bye.
Yeah, he was next on the list.
Yeah, and it is
There's Chasey Tree gone.
Callum next. Chasey Tree, as he dropped off the.
You've killed him off instead of the Valley Huntsman.
No, the Valley Huntsman should have been. No, you could be right.
Valley Huntsman is still listed as 16. You've got rid of the wrong thing.
Ah, well, every time the Valley Huntsman.
Well, if you change the Valley Huntsman token to an 8, initiative wise, that would be its position of the tree.
It's alright, hold on a second. Add turn. 8.
He's on an 8.
I'll just see where we're at in the round at the moment, which is an 8. Okay, so it's Callum and the tree. So I'll just move the tree up. Tree. A bit further. A bit more. Okay, so tree to go.
Or Callum, whichever one you want to do
Yeah,
first.
we'll
Your
do
choice.
Tree first. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gets up to there. Then you will have to do a major action run to come after you any further, which gets him 12. So it's 1, 2, 3. Just correct his course a bit. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's close enough to hit you from there, but he doesn't have any actions left to do it with. So it is Callum to go next. I should just move the tree up that way and then Callum. Okay, so I'm going to see how aware Callum is of just how badly his side's doing at the moment. So I'm going to give him a target number of 11 to try and beat on his perception. If he fails, then he'll continue wasting time attacking Quoth. If he succeeds, then he'll do something a bit more useful to his side. Yeah, he's going to do
Run
something
away.
a bit more useful to himself, his side. So let's have a look. 15. Magic. Let's see if he's got enough spell points to do what I think he's probably going to want to do. He could do one of those again, but he can't see a target. He could do. That's not a good one for him right now. Nor is that. Come on. How is it? Ah, there it is. That would be a magic cost of 15. So I'm going to have to hope this works for him because he's running low on magic points. So 15 points, and he's going to attempt to cast another spell.
Did he pass the test?
Yes, he passed the test.
Yes.
Is he still on?
Still on this one.
Take him off. So, awaken tree. 17.
Another one.
I'm afraid another one, yes. So on 17, he's managed to awaken another tree. Is there a range limit to that? Let me just check the range. He's got trees nearby him if need be. They'll just have to run to get into the fight. Awaken tree. Casting time spell focus. Points. Right, okay, so we are going to awaken this tree here. So he casts the spell, this time ignoring Quoth entirely. Another tree creature emerges from that tree, or another tree kind of warps and changes and twists. You can hear cracking noises of wood as the creature emerges from what was once an inert tree. So I will add it to the initiative.
I don't know what future is. Ah!
And we'll reorganise this, but remind me we've still got Nicholas Marty to go. So Nicholas Marty to go.
This really has been the one for trying possibly ridiculous things that may pay off.
Okay.
I'm going to step a couple of steps forward here. I'm probably going to say that tree now. No, I don't. And I'm going to shout into the skull, "Hey, Melosa, you're better than this. You're much better than a minion. Why are you letting them treat you like this?
Make a persuasion test.
Can I also use my flute for
Yes,
the
you
extra?
can. I'm going to allow it. I know I did say animals, but I am going to allow it. She's a force of nature, so I'm going to...
Yeah.
However, it's not her that's resisting you, it's Callum. So it'll be his willpower that resists.
Okay. Okay, hang on. Something's happened to my sheet.
I'm
and
not
I
going
can't...
to give him the self-discipline bonus, because he's not resisting
not
for
him.
himself. He's trying to
Yeah.
keep control of Melosa.
Hang on, I just need to reopen my sheet because it's
No
doing
problem.
a thing and won't let me scroll down.
No worries. I set you quite a high target, I'm afraid.
Oh no.
21
Ah!
to beat.
What is it even doing? Fleet of Charming, so what does that give me? Extra plus 1. Right. Okay. What did you say? Willpower.
Yes. No, you're doing performance. Communication.
Right, okay.
Performance.
Okay.
So
He's
you roll a
using
triple
willpower.
6.
Oh god, come on.
Not this time.
Nope. He can hear you trying to charm them, and you can hear him snarl back, "You will never wrest control of her mind from me. You are mine, Melosa."
What a shot.
Is that a
She's
minor
like,
action
"Oh,
or a
I
major
hand you
action?
reckon."
I don't know. Was that a minor or a major action?
You've got the. Oh no! Wait a minute. It wasn't a spell, was it? It was. I'm
No,
going to
it
say
wasn't
that
a
was
spell.
a minor action. I'm going to say you've still got a major one if you want to go with a major one.
Could I try it again?
It's just occurred to me you moved, didn't you, before you started?
Yeah, I did move
Yeah.
it.
So
Now
you've
you
done
mentioned
two
it.
minor
So yeah, no,
actions.
that is
So
my whole
yeah,
turn.
that's your whole turn. Sorry about that.
That's
Okay, so it's the next combat round, and it's Alderan to go.
Okay, so Woody's going to get another arrow.
Right, you are. You turn and fire a shot at Woody, who's chasing you,
Boom.
and that's a hit.
And he takes 20 damage. No, wait.
13 damage. That's not bad, is it? That's 11 comes through his bark. So that's yet another arrow. You've largely turned this thing into some kind of animated pincushion. That's your
And then I'm
major
gonna
action. You
move.
still have a minor action.
And then I'm going to move. Let's go from where I am, which is going to be. Where's the measuring stick gone? There it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to there. 8, 9, 10. Over there.
Right, you are.
That was over there, I believe.
It
Did
was.
I move one too far there?
Oh, no, that's alright. Okay, so you go running off in that direction. It is the Valley Huntsman to go next, or it would be.
If he wasn't
If he wasn't a bit dead again.
dissipated.
Yes. Too soon. And it is Courage to go next.
Courage will hold action. Quoth will go first.
Okay, go for it.
Having looked at Callum all this time,
Yes.
can Quoth see anything on him that looks particularly shiny and tempting?
Give me a second to check.
He's a raven, not a magpie.
Not particularly, no, I can't.
Right. Just Quoth will have seen Kurge with such a thing as a mage's font.
Yes. Doesn't look like Callum has one.
Right.
Which means, given the high-powered magic he's been flashing off lately, he's probably not got much power left.
Yeah. Does it look like he could get his staff out of his hands?
I wouldn't imagine so. It's quite a hefty staff. It's about sort of 5.5, 6 feet tall. So it's well, say 2 meters. So slightly.
In which
under 2
case,
meters, so we'll say
Quoth has done all he can there. He's going to return to Kurge to hopefully offer some kind of assistance to get him out of those roots.
Okay, if he's also going to peck at the roots, I'm going to give you another +1 to help Kurge break them.
Lovely.
So with you biting, that's +1. With him pecking, that's +1. So every time your turn comes around and you try to get out, which is now, obviously,
Yes.
you'll get +2.
Okay,
Still
so
gotta
strength
beat
4.
17.
Sorry?
You've still got to beat 17, though. It's
Right.
quite a high
Plus-
target number, you say.
Plus
Plus-
4 from.
Yeah.
Plus 4 for my strength, +1 each
Yes.
You need to roll 11 or better.
on 3d6. Here we go.
It's eminently doable now.
Balls.
Unfortunately not. 2 1s you've got.
Two.
So you seem to be tiring with this attempt to wrestle your way out of the things. And it is Melorsa to go. So what Callum wants her to do is blast Nicholas Marty in the face to shut him up. Whether or not she's going to do that, though, let me just take a look.
Did anybody say such a thing? My singing's so wonderful.
Nope, she's going to sort of squirm her way back further into these trees and try to avoid getting involved. So it is Tamara.
Yeah,
to
I'm
go
getting
next.
to it.
Sorry?
Tamara's going to hold her action.
Okay, Tamara's holding her action. It is Woody to go next, I believe.
The one, it's not the one outside, it's the one inside.
That's the one inside. Yeah, it is. So it's going to have to come forward. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's now going to have to run because it's miles away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that one's emerging on top of where the other one fell earlier. And has run out of actions. So that's that one done. It's now within striking distance of Tamara, though, if Tamara would like to twat it one.
No, Tamara's going to hold her action still.
Okay. So, Woody next. Let me just take a look.
I was just checking the angle there for sight.
Yeah. So,
And it
1,
can't see Nicholas
2,
Marty or the
3,
tiger.
4, 5,
And it can't see
6.
Tamara because she's invisible.
That's right.
Mhm.
So it's most likely to come after the person that knows has run round the corner then. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Right, so when it gets to that point,
Yes. She's going to charge
Yeah?
you from behind.
I'm going to,
I'll move it back to
move over there. There's a minor action.
Yep.
And as it goes past, swing at it.
Oh, okay, go for it. So
From
as it
the,
comes round the corner after Alderan,
Comes-
it's
comes
still got
past
a
the
couple of
thing.
meters to move from there. But as it does that, Tamara moves up behind it and strikes. Roll a hit.
Surprise!
Okay, so that's a hit. Go ahead and roll the damage. So it's only 5 gets through, but she runs round and strikes it in the back. Because it's moving, she's not managed to get quite as hefty a blow in as she's hoped, but still kind of staggers forwards a bit, surprised. Comes to a bit of a halt there, and that's its action for the round. So it is now Callum to go next. Let me see what. I just need to check this power, see if it works on 5 health. Shit. Okay. Okay, so he has no way of regenerating his spell points. Very few useful spells that are cheap enough for him to still use. Reminds me I didn't take off his 15 last time. So he's only got 14 points left. Okay, so from there, let me just do a measure. So it'll be 13 to there. 15. Actually, he's going to step forward a little bit and then he's going to blast Courage with an arcane blast. I was going to try and blast Courage with an arcane blast.
So a really loud bird next to someone.
That
That's probably me.
arcane blast. Zap. Doesn't get to aim because he's moved. 15. Does that hit Courage? Oh yes.
Defensive
it does,
15,
doesn't it?
so yes.
Yes, it does. And 3 stunned points. So with the 3 stunned points, he's going to do a lightning attack and cast it again. Doesn't get to aim it. 17. That's a hit as well. So it's 2 lightning blasts in rapid succession. The first one hits Courage for 14 points of damage. And as you're reeling from that blow, a second blast of magical energy slams into you for another 8 points of damage.
Right. So I take my armor off each of those separately.
That's your
Yes.
idea, yes.
Right.
And it
18's
is
got through.
Nicholas Marty to go next.
I can't see Callum, and that's really annoying because I don't want to walk into these tendrils. I'm gonna attack the tree.
Okay.
It's the biggest danger I can see.
Yes.
I still have my water whip active because that's active for the whole encounter. So I'm gonna. God, how do I do this again? Is it just a water arcana?
It's intelligence attack roll.
Yeah, it's water arcana.
Okay, that's a hit, and with 5 stun points, so you this water whip whacks the tree right in the approximation of a face as it comes thundering out of the nostril cavity of the skull.
You
Yes.
can add 2d6 to that.
Yes, I think that's a good idea. 33d6 plus willpower.
"13 points of damage, so 11 gets straight past its. I think I've copied that across without adjusting its hit points. Has anybody hit this thing yet, or is this
No.
the first attack?
That was the
Lovely.
first one.
That's the first attack. I thought as much. So its hit points should be 75, not 33.
Ouch.
75. So I'll pop them in first, then I'll reduce it by the 11 damage you've just done. Bang! So you whack it right in the frontage as it comes thundering out the nostrils, taking it completely by surprise because it didn't know you were there in the first place. It was heading for the tiger, which you could see. Now it's aware there's a second threat. And it is the next round. And...
Hold on, I haven't taken my minor action.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
I'm gonna try and lure it off back in this direction.
Okay, yes, go ahead. You
Because
can.
I don't know exactly where Tamara is, but I know she's around here somewhere, and I know Alderon's up here, and I know that this tree beast can't have much left in it.
Yes, and it's certainly not going to survive combined attacks by Alderon and Tamara for very long. Okay. So, make a performance roll to try and convince the thing to come after you and not kill the tiger it's closest to.
Okie dokie. I am loud, so very, very loud.
Hey, look at me over here.
Okay, so 13. I'll make the roll for it now. Well, actually, no, because we might get attacked in the meantime. So we know its target number is 13 for when its turn comes around. To see if it resists your tempting it across. So next up, we have the next combat round, so it's Alderon to go.
He's going to hold his action until Tamara acts.
Okay. And it is now Courage to go.
Trying to
Break
get out.
out. Break out or fight.
I'm gonna fight. At the very least, I know I can put a lot of damage on these trees.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. So, taking aim with a claw attack.
Son of a spud.
And as you sort of work your way around to face this tree that's trying to get out of the nostril cavity of the skull, you swing one paw for it. 19. That's a hit. You have 5 stunt points with that hit as well.
Lovely. There'll be a lightning attack in there, and so that's for 2. Probably throw in a mighty blow as well.
Okay. Yeah.
Pierce
Second
armor?
one. Yeah, no, pierce armor's 2, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. We'll work the stunts out in a moment.
Right.
That's
So,
your second hit, but without stunts.
Yep.
Both paws
So-
have hit.
Bite attack.
Yeah.
Off the lightning attack.
That's a hit as well.
Right, let's work out what we're doing with these stunts then. So I've spent 2 for a lightning,
Yep, which leaves you 3 to go.
1 for a mighty blow,
2 to go.
and then I think as Sean suggested there, pierce armor
Okay.
for a 2. I don't think I get a reduction on that one. No.
No, I don't think so. Okay, so.
Yeah, so pierce armor.
Right, you are.
So it's
So.
2d6 and 5 for that first one.
Yes.
Okay.
So your first paw, which is liable to be your
Mhm.
left, because cats tend to be left pawed.
It's 2d6 plus 5, you said.
2d6
Yep.
plus 5, yeah. Thwack! This is the one that's armor piercing as well, isn't it?
Yes.
Right, you are. So that's 10 points straight through. You tear a chunk of wood off the side of the creature, the thing. Part of it's still attached to your claws, and you're like shaking your paw rapidly the way cats do when something's stuck on them. Eventually, it just plops off. At the same time, you're whacking it from the other side with the other paw. So go ahead and roll a damage for that. Jesus, right? Okay, so that's another 8 gets through.
Yep.
So you splinter one of its lower branches, which is now hanging, broken, and swinging slightly as it moves. Now the bite.
It's 2d6 plus 4.
Grief, right? Okay, and another 11 points of damage as you lunge in and bite the thing in the front. It's not really that humanoid, so it's difficult to marry body parts up. But you reckon you've reduced this creature to about half of its health in a single round of combat.
Yep.
You reckon if you did that again, that would be the end of it. So it will be Malorsa the Fae to go next. And Malorsa, seeing which way the wind is blowing, should be getting stronger willed.
So she gets a finger out and holds it up.
Yes.
Says, yeah, east to west.
She's creeping out there slightly to take a look, but she's going to take no actions, because if she does, she has to make that willpower struggle. So she's just going to look, she's going to observe And the longer she can see that your side's winning, the more bonuses she gets on her rolls in future. So, Tamara to go.
Right, Tamara's going to charge up behind this thing.
Yep.
And give it a whacking with the sword.
Okay, so she charges up behind the creature, get +1 to attack. 23, that's a hit.
I put aim on for charge, so
Yeah, it's the same bonus, so you might as well.
same bonus in this particular instance.
And that's 8 damage. So she comes running along behind it, jumps upwards with a shield and hand. She hooks onto one of the branches behind. With her booted feet, she pulls herself up onto another branch. She then climbs up onto the creature's head, reverses the grip of her sword, and drives it straight down through the maw into those juicy organs she killed the last one by bursting. The blow goes straight through this sort of circular pumping organ, which is approximation of a heart, straight through it, and the thing just collapses. Just thunk, just sags to the ground. Gone.
And then for her minor action,
Yes.
she's going to move back across over to this side of Nicholas Mardy.
To provide him with some defensive.
Well, yeah, to be sort of shield on that side.
Yep, okay.
Right.
Cold
Shoot.
breeze. Hello, tomorrow.
Just make some footprints scuff through the dirt and brush past you, and you get a
Yeah.
whiff of perfume.
You can also see like bits
Sweat
of
and leather.
yeah. You can also see bits of tree and leaf just appearing out of nowhere and fluttering down. So you realise that after she's killed the second tree creature, she's come running back to provide you with some defence. So,
Oh, and then up strolls an elf,
indeed so.
who then unleashes a bow and arrow against that other tree man.
Okay, go for it.
Stunt points, yay!
Yes, 1 stun point. Thunk, you've hit it.
What range is it at?
Well, it's over 6. I'm going to have to pan
Yeah,
out to give you its full
just. I can't get a +1 for that, but with 1 stunt point, it's an armor piercing attack. So take 1 off that to start because I've got a bonus of 1 on there actually, which shouldn't be on there. So it would be
Right.
normally 17.
17.
So 16 gets through. In that case, I've
16
only got 2
gets
points of
through.
armor.
Yeah.
That's another arrow gone.
Thunk! So you've hit that one in the side as well. It's kind of bellowing in a strange kind of woody crackling, bizarre, completely unreplicable by me sound as it
So-
takes the arrow in the side.
So Sparkle's worse than
With
Spike.
bite, yes. It is, however, now that tree creature to go. It's no longer worrying about chasing Nicholas because it nearly got torn apart by that tiger. It's not going to risk turning its back on that, so it's going to attempt to crush his skull with its fist. Thunk! It brings its fist down. Let's see if it hits you or the ground. And it has hit you for 11 points of damage. So as Kurd just tearing into it, it brings its fist down onto the top of his head. Bang! You can see stars briefly as the blow on the top of the head kind of rattles his brain a bit. But he's okay. He wouldn't like to take too many more hits like that. 11 points of damage, and that's the creature.
Really going to need some healing there.
I was just going to say, do you need another heal?
Oh, yeah.
This other thing I think is the
Dead one.
That's the dead one. So that's that. So it is now Callum, who's screaming at Melorsa to get in a fight. We can beat them. Get in a fight, Melorsa. She's going to take cover at the same time, though. She's like peering out from the trees, going, "Who says I want to beat them, Colin?"
She's not that kind of girl.
That kind of girl. That's kind of split his in anger, he might. I'm going to make a self-discipline test for him. Right? He needs to beat
Head
13.
explodes like a lemming.
Otherwise, he's going to attack her. Actually, she's kind of. Yeah, no, but he needs to beat 13, otherwise he'll attack her. So let me see. That's Melissa, that's Callum. 17, so he's like, I will deal with you later, and turns his attention to Kurge, who is going to fire up another arcane blast at. And I think I misclicked there. Yeah, I did. 13, I think he's missed you.
Yep.
Okay.
Defensive 15, yeah.
15, yeah, he has missed you. So he blasts off an arcane blast, but distracted as he was by his current tiff with Melissa, he's blasted the side of the skull and blown chunks of calcified bone. Oh, obviously calcified. Petrified, I think is the term I meant. Petrified bone out of the side of the skull's nostril cavity there. So that's him
Damage in
done.
the local
So
environment.
Nicholas Marty to go next.
If you're gonna do a heal, you need to move up
Yeah, I will.
to about
Yeah.
3 squares in front of me. I believe is where you would need to be. You need to be within 3 of Kurge.
Yeah.
Do you not to water whip him?
Yeah,
Get
then,
back to health.
yeah. I'm gonna move here.
Yeah, right you
And then
are.
I'm gonna. I am, as suspected, gonna try and water whip Courage back to some health.
Okay, make a roll.
It's like, get a move on, Tiger.
Yeah.
Mush,
Actually,
mush.
yeah, this does look very. This probably does look very sort of circusy.
It does, yeah. Just thinking that myself. Right, you yell, Courage, catch! And you snap the whip, whoosh, right in front of Courage's face, and he swallows a large portion of the water. Roll to see how much health you restore. You've just
There you
rolled.
go, 11.
Courage-
It's like one of those German shepherds catching a spray from a salsa bottle.
Yes, exactly.
Hydrate or die!
So you regain 11 health points, and
Thank
it
you.
is the next round. We're flying through the rounds now, and Alderon to go.
He then moves to here and shoots again.
Go for it.
That is within 6 this time.
It is, yes.
An 11, does that hit it?
11. I have a suspicion it might actually. Let me just check. Yes, it does. It's only got an 8 defense.
Oh, so that's a second attack's going to hit it as well.
Right.
Oh,
yes.
well, I'm going to roll a second attack for
Yeah.
lightning attack. Let me do the damage for this one.
So your first shot hits the creature. It sags sideways as if something important has just broken.
And then... boom.
Whack! You hit it again with another shot, and down it goes. Thump! Crash!
That's
Bang.
nasty.
Right on top of the previous one. So that's what, 3 of these tree creatures you've brought down now. You can hear Callum screaming in rage and frustration as another of his tree creatures goes down. He's burned off almost all of his magical energy. Melossa's refusing to help him. Things that look, you've killed the Valley Huntsman again. Things
He's
are
been
looking
bothered by
pretty-
a crow.
yes.
Do we know what his arcane device is?
It appears to be his staff.
Stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, it's stupid hat.
It could be his stupid hat. The staff might be a double bluff.
Okay.
Okay, so Kurd.
I told you, Laszlo, that bloody hat. Cursed.
Okay, so I'm just jotting some things down there. So next up would be Courage to go. Yeah.
Tree man's dead, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
No more targets.
No more targets. There's only Callum left in the fight.
Breaking Free, I think, is a High School Musical.
I'd say so, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I was thinking of dropping this form and taking a smaller form to get out.
Yeah.
But I don't know where I would be in terms of health, because you're doing a kind of like percentage calculation, you said. So
So
What's your max for your Tiger, and what are you currently on?
max for Tiger.
It was 50?
Yes, 50. I'm currently on 19, and my native health is 40.
So each
that's-
hit
that's-
point, health point is 2% essentially. So you are on 40 minus 2, 38%.
38% of 40 years.
What
We're at about 13, 14, is it?
Yeah, but yeah, we'll say 14.
It's not a massive drop, thankfully. Okay.
It's not really.
I mean, really, we want to be sort of pressing advantage as best we can while we can. If I come down to my normal bear man size, I'm not going to be automatically out, am I?
No, but you are going to have an advantage to get out because you're slightly smaller. And
But will that be offset by the loss of strength?
that'll be probably offset by the loss
Yeah.
of strength, yes.
So I'd still have to spend a round casting lesser beast form to take on a different form, which has the potential of failing.
You wouldn't have to take a round because dropping your spell this round is a minor action. That would leave you with a major action, so you could cast a spell.
Yeah,
this
it would take this round to
It would
cast
take the
though.
entirety of this round to,
Yeah.
to do the thing.
And then it could fail.
Exactly.
And then it could fail, yeah.
However, trying to get out this way, even with all these bonuses, has continually failed.
It has.
Do I continue trying to do the same thing and expecting a different result? That's pretty much the definition of madness.
Well, there's still a possibility of actually escaping.
Okay, I'm going to give it one more try then.
Oh, okay.
Come on, roll that 666. You know you've got it in you.
Right then, so 3d6 plus 4 for my strength, plus 1 for me biting at it, plus 1 for Quoth biting at it.
Yeah.
Nobody else has been
You
able
need
to.
an average roll of 11.
Right, okay.
19. You're out.
Yeah.
With stunts, I
With
backflip
stunts.
out.
And I'm going to allow you to use those stunts as... I don't know anything now. No point in combat stunts because you've not got...
Temporary health
Can I
points.
take them as additional movement?
Yes, why not? Go ahead.
Then I'm charging straight towards Callum.
Okay, move yourself to where you're going to be then. And as Kurge flexes his muscles this time, he finally breaks the last of these. All but one of these fronds just breaks apart. And Quoth just pecks the last one. Let him go, perk! And just breaks it. And you come
Boy, it did that.
thundering out of the... Callum
Close
screams again, this time less with frustration and more because there's a fucking great tiger heading straight for him.
I was going to say, Ko thinks he's now freed him.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
That last-
In
my
Quoth's head.
normal movement would be 12. Oh, no, speed is a tiger's 15.
Right.
So here's what I'm doing.
Mhm.
I'm taking my standard 15 movement
Yeah.
to get round behind him.
Right, okay. Go for it.
And I'm taking him wide.
Right.
So I'm running in at an angle and sort of stalking round behind.
Right, you are. You're stalking around behind him, much the way as Demeter did to me yesterday. I was
If
at one
I-
point I was washing my hands, and when I looked round up the corridor, I could see she was like flat on the ground doing that bum wiggle thing they do when they're about to pounce at me. Right? And as soon as she realised I saw her, she just stopped and tried to look innocent.
Nothing to see here.
Yeah.
Definitely wasn't going for your toes. You just carry on.
Yeah, exactly. Right, okay, so you're stalking around behind your foe. It is
Yeah.
Melissa.
Actually, hang on. Tell you what, with the additional 4 that I got, I'll get myself in. Is it a tree?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
I'll get myself in behind that, so I'm in cover, so that he can't, or he's going to have more difficulty launching anything at me. I can certainly pounce out from behind there next turn.
Right. Okay, I'm just going to have to
Tiger in the trees, eh?
Move this a little bit.
Camouflaged.
Okay, next up is Melorsa, who's going to kind of come forward a little bit, and let's see what Melorsa's going to do. Now fairly convinced that the time is right. She's going to attempt an arcane blast against Callum.
Time has come.
Yes.
The walrus
Funnily enough,
said.
that's exactly what she said, apart from the thing about the walrus, obviously.
To talk of
Okay.
other things, druids, cabbages, and kings.
So as she steps out from the cover she's been using, she thrusts her hand forward and this blast of energy comes arcing out. Callum shrieks, "Traitor!" at her as she blasts the thing. And she's like, "You were never good enough to be master of this valley." And that's hit him. So let's go and see how much damage she's done. Lost her. There she is. Melorsa Arcane Blast. Hers is not as powerful as his, so she only does 5 points of damage to him. He, however, is going to take that 5 points of damage. And 55. Bosh. There we go. He's more enraged than damaged by it, to be honest. It's Tamara to go. What would you like to do next?
Right, so okay, so Tamara is going to actually. Can she use the fallen tree men corpses
As
footing to
Yes.
climb past the vines?
yes, she can.
Okay, let's see what her move is. She's not got a very high move.
No.
I think that should be one of her next things she improves, I would say. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to there. In through the trees.
Okay, so she comes running up towards where the tree men are. She jumps 1 foot on the bottom branch of the tree, then another foot a bit higher up, scrambles over them, drops down on the far side, ready to go. Not that anybody saw that, because she's still invisible.
Right. However, she does want to make a perception test at this point
Go for it.
to see if there's anything in here which may or may not be a strangling vine thing.
Right, yes.
Ooh, I can see that actually.
Is searching usable or just perception?
It would be seeing, searching, you've got to get sort of fairly close.
11.
11. Let me just see. Yes, there are 2, actually. There's 1 here, and there is 1 over here.
Yeah.
Neither of them have activated yet. But if you
Right.
got close enough, they almost certainly would.
Okay.
Neither of them recognize. You've seen this before, where the strangling vines don't recognize Melorsa as a target because she's technically closer
Plant.
to a plant.
Mhm,
Than
yeah. So she's going to stand firm at this point and be watching for anything happening.
Right, you are. She stands firm, watches for further danger, and we move next to the very
Dead
dead
tree
tree man. And then a very angry druid who's aware of the fact that he's currently pinned between a tiger and an angry fae. So he's probably going to want to get the hell out of there. He is going to move. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Come up into cover here. And I shouldn't forget about his thingy, special ability. Let me just sort that. That's Melorsa I've opened. Okay, I'll do it on here, it'll be faster. Okay, so having done that, he's now going to blast. Is he still within range of Courage? bit
Yeah.
nervous about this whole tigery thing. Yes, he is. So he's going to blast a arcane thingy at him. Just close the Valley Huntsman because he's going to be dead for a few hours yet.
He's
Okay.
dead anyway, isn't he?
Well, there are levels of dead as far as the Valley Huntsman's concerned. Okay, so that's a hit, I think, at 15. Yep, that's a hit.
Cover.
Is he in cover from that angle, though? I'm going to say yes.
Your
So-
call entirely.
No, I'm going to say it's a 1 point of cover, which is just enough for Courage to avoid being hit as this blast of energy blows off some of the lower branches of this tree.
Well, he did
curses.
say he was using cover, so
Yes, yeah, no, I agree. That's fine. Okay, so Nicholas Marty to go next. What would you like to do?
I'm also gonna clamber over these trees. Am I at any kind of movement penalty?
To clamber over those trees as a half elf, I'm going to say probably not.
Okay, cool. That can get me exactly where I want it to be then.
Right beside the hanging vine.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Yeah. I forgot about the hanging vine. It's okay. It's okay. I sang a nice song to Melissa, so she'll shut it up for us. I hope. But I am gonna water whip straight in this guy's face, and if I stunned, I have an idea.
Okay, go for it.
Right.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Two stun points.
Yeah. So where's it gone? There it is.
Bugger, I think I've just figured it out myself. Yeah. Oh, that was a bit of a delayed blast.
Didn't
No wonder it
stun.
didn't hit him. Right.
Take 15's a hit.
So, yes, that's a hit. I think it's 15
damn.
to hit.
No stuns.
Callum, let me just check.
Did you say, oh, damp?
Actually, it's only 11 to hit Callum, so yeah, that's definitely a hit. Pop that in there.
It's not very much damage either.
3 points of damage. I don't think that's going to get through his armour. Let me just check.
No. So
Although he
it's-
isn't wearing any, the corruption of the valley has toughened his hide up to an equivalent of 5 points, so no, it's not going to get through, I'm afraid.
If it's stunted, I was going to try and whip back with his staff.
Nice one. Disarm him. That's a good idea, yeah. And then if he's still able to cast after that, you know that it is
We
his
know it's
silly
the
hat. Yeah. Okay, nice one. Actually, I like that idea. I'm just going to
Actually, probably shouldn't have told you that because I could have still used it.
That's exactly what I knew you were doing.
Yeah.
2
No,
points
you
done.
should have told
Disarm.
me that because I've just added an experience points bonus for you for that on my little record here. So let me see then. That's Nicholas Marty done. So it is the next round, and I need to reorder everything because you've activated the two hanging vines. Or you've activated one, and Callum has ordered the other one to activate. So descending order. Alderin to go first.
So Alderin's going to move here.
Yep.
So he's stood on top of this tree man thing, type thing.
Yeah.
Is it possible to shoot the druid?
From there, yes, but he's in cover. So he'll be
Okay.
at -2 because it's slightly heavier cover. That, however, is still a hit. So go ahead and roll the damage while I answer
that's more than
Patrick's
6.
question in the thing. The flute will only charm animals, not plants.
Okay.
No, that is 6 meters.
That is 6 meters, yeah. So you get the extra point of damage.
Oh well.
And that's 15 damage. You might have finally done enough damage to stay. I think I might have. I just want to
That would be
check something.
10 through then in that case.
Right, 10 through. Yes, that is. Sorry, I had that up too high. That should have only been 60. You've got 10 past that. That's down to 50. Dunk. There you go. Okay, so you've shot him in the shoulder. He screams in pain and rage as this arrow pierces him. Melissa to go next. And she's determined that his Raina's Valley master is, because she did give the game away and he is actually the current Valley master, is coming to an end. So she's going to move into this cover and blast him again with her own arcane blast. That's a hit and with 6 points of stunts. She's going to do a lethal spell at him and blast him backwards as well. So that is 3 dice of damage plus 4. So I'll roll the base first and then an additional 2 dice. So she's done 18 points of damage, which is, even with his armor taking into effect, it's 13 damage has gone through. So it's minus 13. He's screaming about being a traitorish and blasts him with another blast of magical energy, which flings him backwards this time and slightly off to the side. And thunk, he stumbles, hits the ground and rolls, so he's now like underneath Nicholas Marty. He's right in front of Nicholas Marty, lying on his back.
Oh, hi, Valley Master.
And it is Courage to go next.
Okay, I think I'll have to use a minor action for movement first, which is what, like up to half your normal movement or something?
No, it's
your
normal movement.
All right.
Minor action is your normal movement. If you use a major action to run, you actually get double your movement.
Right. Well,
But
what I
if
want to
you're really
do is...
determined to be somewhere and not have any actions at the end of it, you can use both in one round and go 3 times your movement.
Which is how Alderaan gets places so very, very quickly.
Yeah, pretty much.
What I want to do is to get within charge range and then charge.
Yes,
you only have to
can
be
do
5
that.
squares away to charge.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so I can definitely do that then.
Yes. Yeah.
Marvellous.
You get yourself onto that column
Mm-hmm.
of squares easily from there.
Charge.
Then shout, "It's going to cost you 30 quid."
So you say,
Rush
kind
in.
of stalk up
in
towards
Tiger.
him. He sees you coming, his eyes widen. He tries to get up, and then you just take off. You're more pounce than charge, really, being a tiger. So boing and make your attack. Get plus one bit.
I've springs for paws.
No. Your tops are made out of rubber and your bottom is made out of springs.
The most wonderful thing about Tigers is they get to attack 3 times in a turn.
Possibly.
Well, they can.
Actually, 4 we worked out, did we not?
God. Yeah, if each claw attack does a lightning, then yes.
Yes, that's quite. So 4
Yeah.
is a possibility.
Mm.
So go ahead and make your attack anyway.
Okay, before I do this,
Mhm.
is Courage certain that this guy is irredeemable?
Oh no, you're in no way
God.
certain of it.
Redeemable.
Don't forget, any time I say how would you like to do this, you are
yes.
able to say you'll pull the blow and leave him alive.
Yeah, okay, cool.
That's why I was trying to disarm him.
Well, I'm going to disarm him as well, but in a more literal fashion.
Oh, God!
No. Disembowel doesn't mean take his weapons away.
Dismember.
Dismember.
Just-
Right,
just,
okay.
you know,
Well,
That member.
make an attack roll.
You can survive without arms. It's fine. Okay, so 3d6 plus 6 for it being a claw attack, plus 1 for charging. Here we go with the first one.
Hit.
Here we go with the second one.
Hit and with 6 points of stunts.
That's 4.
Right. Okay. So we've seen that this guy doesn't need magical attacks to damage him. Yeah.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
Lovely. Okay. So that's 2 for a lightning attack.
Uh-huh.
2 for a lethal blow.
That's two left.
No, it's not. You only got 4. Third dice.
Oh yes, of course. It's the third dice as a stun dice. You only got 4, so that's it. That's
Yeah.
that done.
Okay. So Lethal blow 2. Oh, hang on, no, lethal blow's normally 5, isn't it?
Lethal blow is yes.
You mean mighty?
So it'll have to be a mighty blow for 1.
Yeah.
And
Lightning.
a lightning attack, which is normally 3 down to 2. Yeah.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
Make sure I'm correct with that. Yeah. Okay, so the lightning attack's going to be the bite. I've got one more. I'll skirmish him into the vine and see if it attacks him as well.
Okay, go for it.
Right, so I need to do bite attack on a +5. Is that a hit?
Yes, that's a hit as well.
Right,
So,
so
Kurd springs forward, lands on him, bat with its 2 paws, chomp. Go for it.
right, rolling the first claw damage for 1d6 +5.
Okay. That's 10, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. So that would be 5 gets through. So that's take 5 off there. Yeah.
Rolling the second claw damage, which is a mighty blow, for 2d6 +5.
That's 13. So that's 5. That's 8 more gets through.
Yeah, just don't count the +5 effectively.
Yeah, we could do it that way. Okay. So and your final attack.
Which is a
Bite
bite
attack.
attack. Yeah, for 2d6 +4. Oof.
1.
That was pretty poor. Yeah, so that's 1 gets through. So you are mauling a screaming Callum.
You licked him with your rough tongue.
That can just remove skin as well with a tiger. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's no joke.
No, it's not. Okay, so it's Callum to go next.
And I've skirmished him into the vine.
And
No,
you
it's not.
skirmished him in. You skirmished him into the vine, did you?
Yes,
Yeah,
with
five
one of my
more
stunts.
Oh, okay. Yes.
It was 2 for a lightning attack, 1 for a mighty blow, and the other one was a skirmish.
Aye. Okay. Well, I'm just going to extend this
Mhm.
vine out so I can see it past him. There we go.
I'm wondering if somebody bleeding this much is going to be irresistible to the vine.
Might be, but he's bleeding sap, so it also might not be.
Oh,
Tamara's up next.
I suppose she better go over there and hit him then.
Okay, okay.
I don't know how bad a way he's in, looking at him.
Not that bad, actually.
wow. Okay. Well, he is the final boss, I guess.
Yes, exactly. He's about to get worse, though, because I'm pretty sure 11's actually a hit on him. Let me just get past this
And
vine and have a look.
So he's got pretty low defense but pretty high armor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, his defense is 11, so you got him.
In 1 stunt point.
Yeah.
I don't think I can do anything with that.
Possibly not. I'll move you to get back at this vine. Everybody.
I'll just add
Save
1 to
few
the
squares then.
next test. Then in that case, I'll take that stunt.
Okay.
That's another 8 points of damage.
That's another 8 points of damage to him. So now he's in a bad way. As he's been mauled by the thing, Tamara comes straight through the tree. She's now got like bits of branch and leaf in her hair. Just not that you can see the bits of branch and leaf, but they appear to be just floating in midair. And then she thrusts a sword into the prone druid, who screams again. Ah!
Does she get any pluses for hitting because she's invisible?
No.
Hang on, did you say the prone druid?
Yeah.
Who knocked him down?
Nobody.
Melorsa did.
Oh, Melorsa knocked him
Oh,
prone.
right, okay.
So there was +1 anyway to hit him in melee.
There was.
Yeah,
Yes.
there
I
should-
should
there should
probably
be a
put
plus one with everything,
the prone marker on.
Mm.
There we go. Because I did see he was looking up at Nicholas Marty. He'd been he
Right,
landed
didn't catch that.
in a heap at his feet. So yeah, Melorsa knocked him down. So it
Can
is
Quoth act now? Sorry,
yes,
I forgot
Quoth
about
can
it.
act now. Go for it.
That's within reason, just to be able to fly in
Yes, yeah, definitely.
and attack.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
On a +1 for the fact that he's prone, yeah?
Yes.
He's outnumbered 3-1 as well.
He
Oh,
is
lovely.
actually, yes. So that's a +4 in total.
Great, so that +4 then.
Right, you are. So Quoth comes streaking in, cawing and flapping, lands on his chest and starts trying to peck at his eyes. Peck, 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 peck. He's screaming and trying to hit the bird with his staff. Plucks his hat off his head. He tries to hit it with the hat as well. Nothing is succeeding, so Quoth can go ahead and do some damage.
Not with -2 strength, you can't.
Why did you roll a strength test?
To do damage? No, sorry.
You
Beg your pardon.
I don't think he's capable of getting past 5 points of armor in that case. Is he?
That's what I should have done. Beg your
That's
pardon.
what you should have done. You're quite right. You're right, though. He can't get past 5 points of armor, so unless he's stunned and he's not going to be able to do any harm.
Yeah.
So it is this vine to attack next. Now the vine doesn't see things by seeing things, so it's going to attack Tamara because it can sense she's there from the vibrations, which is what it is interested in. So hanging vine, is that the hanging vine there? Yes, it is. It's going to make an attack on Tamara. 14, that's a hit, and it is going to make a grab, so it's got a grab for 2, and
we can't see these.
knock a prone. Right. So
Take it's stunted, has it?
It's stunted, yeah. I wonder why the vines are on Whisper. I'll take it off. That seems... Oh, I remember, because you were attacked at one point by vines you hadn't seen, so I was hiding their initiative and stuff from you. So that one's attacked, it's hit, it's stunted for 4 points. So it's grabbed her, it's also knocking her prone as well and dragging her over towards it. So she's literally kicking and screaming at it. So she's down, she's dragged over there, so now everybody's on that. I'll move her onto that square actually. And she's going to take, what's the hanging vine's damage? 1d6 plus 3. I don't think it's going to get through it. Well, it might. 8 points of damage.
Not that much.
Okay, next up is the next hanging vine, which is going to be doing nothing because nobody's anywhere near it. So next up it is Callum, who is going to try and get back up. So that's half his movement from a minor move action. Not that he's got anywhere he can go with the other half, really. Well, I suppose he has. Let me just move Quoth out the way till I can get Callum and the vine and Callum. There we go. So I'll move him back there. So that's one.
You took the wrong prone marker off.
Ah, yes, I did. Never mind.
I can put the one back on tomorrow.
Yeah, if you would, please. And I'll take that one off him. His corrupted regeneration kicks in, so he gets 5 hit points back. He's still going to pull back because he's been a touch overwhelmed. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11. He's going to get them to here. And then he's going to attempt to blast Courage with a Arcane Blast again.
It's shanking a tiger in the rear end.
Pretty
just
much,
not a good plan.
Fortunately, most
never
of his
works.
really good battle spells are very high cost, and he's only got 14 energy left. So an Arcane Blast is probably his best option. Can't aim it because he moved. 17, that's a hit with 1 stunt point. For the stunt, he is going to, not much he can do, he's going to skirmish it back too. But I'll roll the damage first. So Purge takes 14 points of damage and gets skirmished into Nicholas Marty. So can I have a dexterity acrobatics roll from Nicholas to get out of the way, please?
Okie dokie.
Otherwise, Courage is going to land on you.
God, I hope not.
I hope Courage lands on your water whip and it's healed because I'm on 5.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Right, so you've landed on top of Nicholas and pinned him. Nicholas is now pinned underneath Courage. And it is Nicholas to go next. What would you like to do?
Just heal him. Just
I was gonna say,
reach out.
Can Nicholas like get an arm out and just sort of slap Courage with some healing water?
Yes, you can. You managed to get your arm out from under him, jam your canteen into his mouth, and cast healing water on your canteen. Courage starts. Look.
If I fit, I sit.
You need to roll the spell.
Yep. Make
Yeah,
a
that's
spell.
what I've just rolled. Oh no, hang on. Yeah, I've rolled the wrong thing. Sorry, my bad.
It's alright.
There's a lot of it going about. I just did.
I was still in water whip headspace. Sorry.
It's okay.
Right, there we go.
I've just looked to my right and discovered that my wife has stealth delivered me a cup of coffee during our call
Hey!
Oh, did she? Perhaps it was the cat.
Well, it's very unlikely to be the cat. I can hear the cat snoring behind me. She's been doing that for a while.
Passed anyway.
Okay, that is a success then. So yes, you can go ahead and roll to see how many health
How's
points you restore on Courage. This is about the third time Courage has been on death's door. Because for an old friend, Callum seems to target you a lot.
Old acquaintance.
Old
I
acquaintance.
don't think we're ever friends.
You're his favourite,
Yes.
obviously.
Probably because it's reminding him of his life before the valley perverted his mind and body. Okay.
Well, doesn't even know it's me.
Um,
He's only seen my tiger
he's
form, which I've
seen
only
your
just
tiger
got.
form, unless
Yeah.
he's seen you through the skull's eyes, of course, which you
Ah.
don't know. But actually, at the moment, I suspect he probably thinks that you're an actual tiger and Quoth is the
Is the druid.
druid. Yep.
Yeah.
Um,
The
so,
only one who's seen change.
yeah, exactly. So it is, excuse me, Alderan to go next.
Oh, and he's in the open.
He is out in the open. I couldn't make it to cover. Well, I could have done if I
Well.
didn't fire, but I figured the tiger would still have caught him, and he was determined to try and bring the tiger down because he doesn't want to be eaten.
Well, I'm going to attempt to shoot him.
Okay, go for it. He doesn't want to be eaten because he might be corrupted, but he's still essentially a druid, and he's worried he might give the poor tiger a tummy ache. Oh, that's a hit with 5 stun points.
5 stun points. Let me just check my super duper skills. Right, so we can do that. And we can do that as well. Right, so with 5 stunt points, he's knocked prone, skirmished back 2 yards.
Yeah.
His armor's pierced, and a lightning attack happens.
Okay. And then knock him prone, so he tumbles backwards as the first arrow hits him. Thunk. Tumbles backwards. Roll the damage for me on that as well.
So the first arrow does that amount of damage.
18 damage.
Oh,
so
sorry. No,
that's,
hold on. Hold on. No. That was the wrong type of roll. That was the second arrow.
Right, okay. So the second
So-
arrow's also going to hit. So
So the first arrow hits him for that amount.
So that's 5 gets past. Oh no, didn't you do an armor piercing as part
Yep.
of your... Okay, so it's five, that's
So that's
8 gets
eight.
past.
And the second one does that amount of damage.
5, 6, 3 more. So you've peppered him with 2 arrows, send him tumbling backwards again. He's once again collapsed onto the floor, as he's hit the back of the skull and slid down it. He's looking to be in quite a bad way. Malorsa.
See, doesn't this like leave him on 1 hit point now?
Oh no.
No. So
Sorry,
my
did I get healed for 13 there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Ah, lovely, thank you.
Okay, so Malorsa's going to come forward. Actually, she's going to come forward quite a distance to try and finish him off by blasting him with a arcane blast. She's never used her claws yet.
I know what I'm
Claws?
going to do for
Yeah.
my second specialization.
She's not the kind of girl that likes to get hands on with a druid who hasn't washed in 10 years. That's 14. That's a hit. So she blasts him as he's stumbling backwards and sliding down the skull. She blasts him with her own arcane blast. Again, he curses her and says, "I'll have my vengeance on you yet, Malorsa." Arcane blast does him 6 damage, and he might very well, because she only got 1 point of that through. She's starting to look a bit nervous about that fact. She was hoping to do a lot more damage to him, forgetting that the valley's made him pretty difficult to harm. However, it's Courage to go next. What would you like to do? Yes, get off Nicholas Martin might be a good start.
Well, for starters, comfy. Second of all, you're healing me. I'm still not fully healed.
Comfy, I'm so bony.
Oh, that just means you need kneading. Starts to paddle.
Okay, so
Right.
Courage is currently making biscuits on Nicholas Marty's face.
Okay, in the hopes of having more healing and more delicious water from that canteen, holding action.
Okay.
Okay, I'll get off you and hold that. Can I move and then hold my major? Or
Yes, yeah,
no,
yeah,
just-
you can. Yeah.
Right, okay. So, there we go.
So, Tamara to go next.
She's going to attempt to hack at the vine, I would suspect.
Okay, go for it. Make an
That's
attack
fine.
against the vine.
It's that one.
The vine, which I think everybody else had forgotten was there. That's a hit.
She's going to... hold on. That amount of damage.
And 10 damage. The vine's armor's only 3, so that's 7 gets through. I seem to have lost the vine. I'm going to have to start digging through other things here, so excuse me while I move everyone.
Right,
Okay, the
I'm
vine's
gonna-
disappeared.
Pay a visit at this point.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put me on mute and then I'll be back.
Okay, since the vine has deigned to delete itself, I am...
It's run away.
Yes. I'm... hold on, I'll just copy this one in. I moved it earlier and I thought, that's funny, it looks like it disappeared there, and apparently it did. So we will paste that in there. It had 25 points, she did 10, which would be down to 15, but it's 3 points of armour, 18. So it's 18 in that field. There we go, so she's hacked down at it, and it is now that vine to... Oh, I've just found it. Never mind, I'll delete it. No, I won't. No, I won't. I'll delete the copy, because then it won't screw with the... Okay, so it's there. It's going to make an attack on Tamara again. That's 13 and 4 points of stun, so it's keeping her pinned. And it's going to do some extra damage, so it's going to do an extra dice above this with a... Let's 4 on that one. So it's 10 points of damage to Tamara if somebody would like to handle that while Sean's at the bathroom. Louise, do you want to do that one for
Yeah,
me?
sorry, how many points did you say, sorry?
She took 10, but don't forget to
Right.
reduce that by whatever her armor is.
She took 6.
Okay. So the other vine's got no target, so it's kind of going back to sleep. The druid gets his corrupted regeneration. 15
Oh.
to 18. So you
Are
can
we
see,
aware of that?
you are now, because earlier he was only taking 5 points of damage at a time, which was barely shown. And then the next round he'd regenerate 5, so you hadn't noticed the first few hits. But now he's
Yeah.
got a lot of damage on him. You can see wounds are closing up every so often. So he's definitely regenerating. He's going to stand, which will take half of his movement for the round. But with the other half, he's going to get into cover. So he's still got 5 meters worth of movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's going to move into cover on that tree. And he is going to return the favour to Melorsa by blasting her with his own arcane blast. He's a lot more powerful than hers, so let's have a look. Kalim, arcane blast. Doesn't get to aim because he moved into cover. 16 as a hit. That's 8 points of damage to Melorsa. So she yelps as she gets scalded by this blast of arcane energy. And it is Nicholas Marty to go next.
Well, I'm gonna try and heal Courage a little bit more, and I'm gonna tickle him behind the ears while I do it.
Spurs.
Which... Oh jeez, that vibrates the whole floor, I assume.
It is quite thunderous when a tiger purrs. Yeah.
And that gives you back 9.
9! Oh dear. Right, okay, so you restore... Oh, that reminds me, I've got a thing to watch later for the... You know the game we were playing yesterday, Sean? There's a live play of that I've been looking forward to watching. Okay, so Nicholas is healing Courage again. Courage gets 9 hit points back. It is Alderon to go.
I'll now take my held action.
Oh, right, okay, go for it.
Okay. I'm going to charge him again.
Okay, I had a feeling you might. Go for it.
Yep. I'll bring Quoth to harass him, and hang on, Quoth's managed to get himself outside of the skull. I'm gonna have to pull him round. There we go. I'm gonna bring him with him. So does that count as being outnumbered now?
Yes, it does. So
Marvellous.
you get +1 to hit.
Fantastic. So
He's very
He-
badly
he-
injured, even with this rounds of regeneration.
good.
So you might be able to finish him this round.
Fully intend to. So let's see. We're at +6 as normal, +1 for charging, +1 for being outnumbered.
Yeah.
Okay. First attack.
That's a hit.
Good. Second attack.
Also a hit.
No stunts on either of those, though.
No stunts on either one. So you just
That's
get
unfortunate.
one.
Okay.
So you charge over and bat with your left paw, then bat with your right paw. Roll the damage.
Yeah. 1d6 +5 for each of these.
Mhm.
First attack.
First attack's 10 damage, so that's 5 gets past his corrupted armor.
Second attack.
Is 11, so that's 6 gets past his corrupted armor on that one. You can see he's in an extremely
difficult
bad way. He's trying to fend you off, but he's getting weaker and weaker. He's struggling to do it now.
Sorry, Louise, go ahead.
It's just asking if the corrupted armor is a physical thing or if it's just a magical effect.
It's a magical effect.
Right, okay.
It's one of the reasons his body's that sort of browny grey,
Ooh.
sort of bark-like texture.
In
to
which case the stunt disrupt magic would be very useful.
it. Could indeed be.
Did we agree that Quoth can't actually harm him?
He can if he stunts. You could use
Okay.
armor piercing if he stunts.
Right.
Or
Then,
you could,
well-
do additional damage or whatever. So it's worth an attack just in case you get 6 points of stunts and go ballistic.
Yeah. We'll make the attempt.
Which you didn't, so he's just pecking at his head. Peck, peck, peck.
Right.
There was an attempt.
Sorry?
There was an attempt.
There was an
Mhm.
attempt. Yeah. Okay, so it's Alderan. to go.
Attempted murder.
It's Alderan to go. He doesn't seem to be back from the bathroom yet, so we'll call that a held action. Malorsa, who's a bit surprised by the whole amount of damage she suffered in that attack, but is nonetheless going to position herself here to fire again. Arcane Blast. Let's just see how that goes. That's a hit. It should only be 11. She shouldn't have aimed. My mistake. But it's a hit anyway. And 9 damage. So she gets 4 past his corrupted armor. He's now in extremely bad way as that hits him. He's really burned down one side. And it is... according to this, it's Courage to go again. So have we lost Nicholas from the... Oh no, you're at the end.
Yeah, I'm right at the end.
Oh yes, Courage held his goal last time. That's
Yeah.
why he's so close together. So it's Courage, shoot, go again.
Oh, right. Okay. So aiming is just a +1 to hit. Charging is a +1 to hit. There's no difference, yeah?
That's right, there's no difference.
Okay, so I'll make these aimed attacks then.
Yep.
(3d6 + 7 +1 for... Oh, is he now outnumbered 3 to 1?
3 to 1, so you get +2 to hit him.
Lovely. So, 6 flat, +1 for Quoth, +1 for Malorsa. First attack,
20, that's a hit, and you've scored 5 points of stunts.
2 points of stunt because the stunt
2
dies
points
2,
of
yeah?
stunts. That's right, yes.
Yep. So that gets me my lightning attack.
Mhm.
So there'll be a bite.
Right.
Here we go again.
Is that 19 points of damage you've just done?
No, that's the
That's
second
a hit,
attack.
sorry, yes, that's a hit. Alright.
That's the second attack. And that one does have 5 points of stunts.
It does, yes.
Yep. So that one is also going to be a lightning attack.
Okay.
So that's 2 bites I'm going to be doing. Now for the remaining 3 stunts off that one, definitely going to take pierce armor. And I'll make it a mighty blow as well.
Okay, go for it then.
Right. So, should I keep rolling to hit?
No, roll a damage first, because I suspect the extra hits are not going to be necessary.
Okay.
You've got 3
So-
hit points left.
Major overkill.
Salutes Major Overkill.
1d6 + 5 for the first claw attack.
That's 8, that's 5, 6, 7, 8.
That's-
So, you've defeated him. How would you like to do it?
Okay. Pinning him down,
Yeah.
having him fully subdued,
Mhm.
I'm going to take my original form.
Right. Okay. So, you pin him to the ground. You can feel under the weight of the blow that you hit him with that pinned him there. You can see he's swimming in and out of consciousness. Do you want to switch back to your original form?
I can't. Oh no, I can. Sorry,
Oh, yeah, yes. I say I've added it now.
you did the thing.
I did do the thing. Says it should. I mean, unfortunately, we can't get it to auto scale yet. But
No, I know, but
if that
can't
ever
do everything.
becomes a thing, we can.
Oh, there we go.
There you go. So,
Right.
as you hit him, you kind of land on him. Your paw slams into him. He starts to. You can almost see the stars whizzing around his head yourself. And as you change back into your normal form, he looks straight in your eyes. Looks very confused. Courage
Yes, I'm
And
here
then-
to rescue you.
passes out.
Okay.
He's
Um,
alive, but he's unconscious.
I think getting him out of the valley will be the first step.
That would seem likely. So, as you start to plan what to do next, and as his consciousness drifts away and he passes out, that's where we're going to leave it.
Reasonable, yep.
Is Mara still being held by a vine?
I'm going to say the vine's withered.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
And
But Melissa
let
could
it go.
just go. Shh.
Yes,
Yeah.
Melissa clicks her fingers and the vine lets her go. Because there's no longer a conscious Valley Master to do anything about it. So that's where we're going to leave it. So thank you very much for joining me for the game. Hope you enjoyed it. If you're watching it, I also hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back with next week's, what I suspect will be the final installment of this adventure. Probably. Although you just never know with these things. So we'll see you again next week. And thank you very much. That's me signing off. And I'll speak to the players privately in just a moment.